Welcome back to The Experience, everyone. Today, my guest is Slim Morrison.
There we go.
Thank you for coming on, sir.
About. I mean, we got it together.
Thank you, Ray, for bringing on Slim. And yes, today, sir. Ray's co-host is going to be Culture by Crystal. Thank you for coming on, Crystal.
Hello, back again.
Ladies.
We're all kind of co-hosting, but you know.
Troubles.
So what's good, everybody?
I mean, shit.
We've been talking a lot. So.
I'm here. I mean, oh yeah. Before we get everything started, this is my brand. This is what everybody's wearing right now. This is regular. I mean, it's spelled. That's how I spelled. I just draw this shit one day, and I was like, you know what, bro? I'm about to turn this into a brand. And somebody drew it up and digitized it, and that's what I ran with. And it's just promoting just a regular lifestyle. We're all regular people. Everybody's no better than anybody, no matter your credit score, bank account number, none of that stuff. Like, you are still a regular person. When you die, you can't take it with you.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. It's just numbers at the end of the day. So that's just how I feel about that.
What made you want to start the clothing line?
It's crazy. I was in Lakeside Mall one day, and I'll never forget this shit. I probably was about like 18 years old or something, right? Maybe 19. And then some little, like, I don't know, probably like 13-year-old kid. Like, I mean, I don't consider myself the best dressed person. I just got my own little style and shit. And then dude was like, say, man, you know, you make that regular shit look good. Like, you make regular look good. Like, and that stuck out to me. Like, and it's just always been like that. So it's like, pandemic happened, and I was like, well, regular it is. Like, I'm gonna just sell T-shirts and whatever else comes to my mind.
But
so yeah.
What do you meant by that? Like, you was just dressed regular? Like,
I was just dressed regular. I think I might have had on like some jeans, maybe some. I think at that time Air Force Ones was still kind of like still hot. Right. So yeah, I had on some G Nikes.
Nice.
Probably some maybe American Eagle Air Apostle jeans, something, maybe a white T-shirt and a fitted hat.
Like
it wasn't designer.
It was simple. It was nothing.
But it looked good.
It just looked good how I had it on.
Right.
Yeah, dude was
you weren't going too hard.
Nah,
just
man.
Enough.
Kanye said, when you try hard, you die hard. And I ain't trying to die hard.
That's the truth.
Unless it's a girl on top of me. I die hard as a motherfucker.
Ain't that the truth?
Nigga said die hard. But what else you do besides, you know?
I'm a barber by profession. That's one thing. That's how I make my money. That's how I make my ends meet. I cut hair. I make guys look good. You know, I change. You know, I work with the working man. Like, and I'm telling you, the working man is like, he's tired. I'm letting y'all know that right now. The working man is tired. When they come sit down in my chair, they'll fall asleep. They're in good hands, so they trust me. But yeah, man, that's what I do to make my money. I'm a barber. I rap sometimes, you know. And like, I'm good. I don't want to toot my own horn and stuff like that.
Just got a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, I got a show tomorrow. It's like during the day, like 12 o'clock p.m. So I'm gonna be like lunchtime. Come see
prime
me.
Time.
If you're awake, come see me. Like,
Brunch.
Now ain't nobody coming to see me. They going to like Nola K or Bearcat or some shit like that.
Shit. Where you gonna be at?
Lemon Park.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know you said that earlier. Like, where the fuck is that?
It's a vegan festival. You know, I don't know if it's a vegan food festival. I just know it's like vegan everything.
But you just did one recently too. I remember you telling me about it. Like,
yeah, I did a show last night. Matter of fact, at Gaza, it was dope. I opened up for this artist named Slim Cutter. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, it was a dope experience. Like, I mean, it was cool. You know,
how long you been rapping?
When you say how long I've been rapping, let's see, because it's like, some people, when they ask me that, they're like, how long you been taking it serious? Or just like overall, just like, oh, I like rap. I've been writing shit down. I've been doing that since I was like 9 years old. So yeah, like rap, I've been since a kid.
Yeah, because when I met him and his brother had like a little CD.
Yeah.
So the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
At least for me it is.
First the Hot Boys break up. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not gonna rap. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna rap for me.
Everybody raps on this podcast. Shit.
Just a little bit.
Shout out Brandon Nola Flight.
I don't want to be boring because it's like, I don't rap about like killing people and guns and shit like that. And I know that's the thing now. Everybody wants to be like overtly gangster. And I'm just like to the point where it's like, if everybody out here just the murderer, the killing, all of that stuff, like, who else is like where does everybody else fall in line at?
Right.
Like, so the music is just crazy. So I don't want to bore anybody with my positive message.
But for me, like, that's the shit you talking about is the type of shit I would like to hear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ever since a young age, you know, like, I've always liked Jay-Z because he was always like rapping about something. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just nothing. Like, you know, I got my my hard shit or whatever, you know, I go to Soldier Slim. I'm guessing all us can, you know what I'm saying? But we can go to that certain shit just to feel a certain way.
Right.
But it was always like the shit that made you smarter, you know, made you
like
think.
Coming from New Orleans, like that's really like, well, I'm from Metairie. I ain't gonna say coming from New Orleans, but just coming from this area, you know,
it's hard not to say that.
All of that stuff. But just coming
it's
from
10 minutes
here,
away.
That's the shit that kind of like, I guess like you just get in the mood for that. Like, you know, it's fucked up. Like, you know, everybody's out there, you know, they got dudes that's killing people, they got drama and all of that, and you know it's wrong, but it's
feels
like,
good, though.
it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's almost like when Katrina happened, you know, so many people like, man, fuck that, I ain't going back. It's just, but then you come back,
right,
and then you leave at every storm, and you come back at every storm, and you have them same complaints. We insane down here.
Yeah, we are.
I'm just saying,
We are.
we insane.
Yeah.
Never thought about it like that, but
Oh
I
my
like
God,
it.
yes.
No,
Like
we are terribly we are like
definition
that's like
of insanity is
PTSD.
repeating.
We are all trauma bonded to this city, and it's crazy.
It's hard. It's hard to leave it.
It
I
is
hate
hard.
this motherfucker, but I keep
Love
coming
it.
back.
It's like you hate it so much, but you love it so much, and you know that, man. It's like it's the big easy for a reason. Like, where else can you go and like work at McDonald's and live in a nice apartment?
Nowhere.
No, and I talk
you?
about that shit too.
No, real
because
shit.
it's like, damn, bro. Like, I always talk about like the age we get to start drinking. I'm pretty sure they drink everywhere at any time, but like in Texas, you can't go buy liquor on a fucking Sunday. So you
Some
know, it's just like
countries-
you got to get your shit when you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you ain't getting it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's like for New Orleans, we get it, and the kids are drinking at fucking certain, 16, 17,
Sixth
18.
grade, sixth grade.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's easy to get. So
They definitely don't have
So we-
drive-throughs
right.
in other
Nah,
places
hell
either,
no.
like we do.
And
It's
we-
so convenient.
So it's like we fucked up early. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That shit blew my mind. Now that when
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's always a party.
Hell yeah.
There's always a
well, we
festival.
live in a tourist town.
yeah.
So
Oh, dude, it's Tuesday. Let's go drinking at TJ's.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. They got big couple. It's Thursday. We got to go to
beer pong. You got all
Sunday.
kind of
You got to go to brunch and mimosas.
Exactly.
I'm like, damn.
yeah, I got to go to brunch tomorrow.
I'm still
That's the
hungover
thing.
from Saturday.
And that's the thing about brunch, man. Brunch, I've noticed that's become the meal now. Like
Well,
everybody, that's like that is the meal.
And
Like,
other
no,
days.
and I like it. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with shrimp and like Nola K. Shout out to them. That's my favorite
Yep.
spot.
I just went there last Sunday.
Man, I love
Brunch.
Nola K. Every time I go there, like it's a great experience. I sit at the bar, I order shrimp and grits. That shit's out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's
me and the
real-
manager, we cool
real good.
people. I know a couple guys that work in the the kitchen, you know, bartender's cool. And I like, but brunch now, I ain't gonna lie, don't get me wrong now, like everybody's eating brunch.
Yeah.
And when you look at Instagram,
It's-
brunch is looking
it's-
either extremely sexy on some people's Instagram, or
Right.
it's just
Right.
basic
Right.
fucking food, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
Hey, them
brunch is
shrimp
the
and grits
thing.
look
Yeah,
real good.
It's a trend. Yeah, brunch is like
Yeah.
the trend. now.
definitely the thing now.
If you travel to like other cities, they've been doing that. So it's like I heard one of my customers talking about that today. Like, man, like there's not a lot of brunch places in New Orleans versus like Dallas or even Austin. And it's true because we get everything last, we slow as fuck. And now
and we
it's
still
like,
come back.
yeah, we're still coming back. And I'm like, just imagine if we had like more brunch spots like in Austin or in Dallas.
and that's why I would
Because
like.
people love coming here, but it's like I just feel like we fail as a city. Like we either can't keep it open or
Right.
Right.
the politics. I don't even want to get into that. It's just
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's a whole nother
but the
rabbit
potential
hole.
to be the best city instead of the number one murder capital is very possible. But no, I'm sorry, I just went off on a rant.
Oh no, that's cool.
It's the
'cause,
ADHD
bro,
experience, bro.
dude. We get that's one of the main like driven things that's down here. Like I don't understand. It's like sometimes like a lot of the people are infatuated with that crime almost. Like you got little kids, 13, 14 years old, like glorifying a life that at the end of the day is only conducive to jail or death. And it's just like, why? Like you want to be a crash test dummy this
Right.
young? Like I had a friend of mine. Well, I lost a partner of mine Tuesday, Lonnie Phillips, rest in peace to him. That was my dog. We
Shout
went to
out.
barber
Peace,
school
rest in
together.
peace.
We was together like every day, lunchtime, smoke
barber
out
school
all the
y'all
time.
went
I
to?
went to Park Place Barber School in
Nice,
Gentilly. Shout out
nice,
to them. So
nice,
if you
nice.
Another
a young
shout out.
person, even in your 30s, aspiring barber, like you can be whatever. I went to barber school with guys that are 40, 50 years old, like
Correct.
second time retirees from jobs,
Yep.
like
You can
trying
cut
to be
hair
a
till you're
barber.
80 and
yeah,
90.
of course,
Yeah.
and you can make as much money as you want. So yeah, shout out to Park Place, man. That's why that's why I got it. I started in Delgado. I ain't really care for that too much. So, but you know,
yeah, I don't think the curriculum's up to
nah, they curriculum's crazy. They make you take
a
a computer class with barbering, so it's like you graduate with your barber's license and an associate's degree. And
ain't never touched a head of hair in my life, but I'm a barber.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, you need
crazy.
to practice, man.
But
Yeah, but what you're saying about your partner?
oh yeah, my partner Lonnie, man,
thank you,
he
Regv7ar.
passed away, and yeah, we would be at lunch every day. That was my dog, man. Like Mr. Green, like he's one of the oldest like barber instructors. Like somebody, he's on the board of barbers, Louisiana State Board of Barbers. My mother, she was a barber. But like Mr. Green used to say Lonnie's name in a crazy. He's like, Lil Lonnie? Oh, who is that? Lil Lonnie? Where Lil Lonnie at? So, and when I found out Lonnie died, that's all I heard all day was Mr. Green's voice. Yeah, but I miss that dude, man. I don't want to get too emotional about this.
Right,
yeah,
right,
my partner Lonnie, he died. But back to the 13, 14-year-old kids, my partner Chris Speed, shout out to him. Rest in peace to his son, Chris Speed Jr. He was a 15-year-old little boy that was murdered by another kid that was 13. Like, the killers are getting younger. And these kids, they don't know any other way to, like, squash beef or even talk out their problems other than what they hearing every day, other than their mantra. That's young boy, that's Dirk, all that shit. And it's like, kill your ops, smoke your ops, spin that block, do this, do that. And these kids are listening to them. They're not listening to me. I'm the barber.
Right,
Back in the day when I was young, the barber was cool.
Yeah.
He had the shoes. He kept everybody fresh. He dressed fresh. And now they want to kill the barber. They don't even want to be barbers no more.
They don't even respect the barber.
They don't.
know.
Shit. What you know, man? You don't know nothing. You cutting hair for a living.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, and it goes back to what you were saying with rapping. It's like me as a kid, like I used to listen to all that type of shit, you know, like what the kids are talking about. Like we had Soulja Slim. I remember we had I don't know what the fuck you call it, but at a certain time we had when it was a lot of killing going along.
Oh yeah,
around Soulja Slim. But you know, I used to listen to that, but it never made me wanted to go do those things.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
It used to give you those feelings.
Yeah, it give you those feelings, but it was like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not that stupid. You know what I'm saying? But it goes to the same thing, bro. It was like, I guess it just the generations happen over. It's just like a new rapper, and they start following that shit. Especially if they don't got shit to
They don't got nobody to look up to.
Yeah, they don't got a pot to piss in, and you know the dads.
Yep, daddy in jail, daddy dead, or and a lot of times, a lot of deadbeat fathers. I wouldn't even call them deadbeats in this situation because a lot of mothers, like it'd be like when a relationship be over with. People be bitter a lot of times.
Yes.
Men and women, especially depending on who in the relationship.
Or how they
the
got
leverage
played.
of bitterness is only going to be on the person that who felt
played.
the most
Got
played.
played. Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Got played.
So a lot of women, after what, like they'll be the ones that in the relationship the majority of the time. And yeah, men be messed up and they do their thing, but it's like, okay, it's over with. You still and you want this guy to just be angry, upset, and you want to keep the baby away and stuff like that. And that's cool. He gonna eat that bullet, but then like once he shows you that, okay, I'm still gonna be a good father to my kid, and then on top of that, he gets another woman in his life that loves him and doesn't see none of that stuff that you saw at the time y'all left.
Right.
And then the bitterness, it changes because it's almost like a lot of like most women in situations
spite?
like that, yeah, it's like they get spiteful. Okay, so he's gonna do the right thing with her, but when I was asking him to do the right thing, he didn't want to do the right thing. But it's like maybe the way you was asking him to do the right thing, or maybe instead of just
wasn't
like
compatible.
communication and all of that stuff is like.
But we were talking about that the other
Communication
day.
is key, man.
But it's
Yeah,
certain men don't mature to like to a
sometimes
certain
it's timing.
age.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
do.
really is.
You're
So
right. You're right.
and
You're
then
right.
we was talking about like marriage and how we was even talking about how the women are proposing to men. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how you feel about that? How do
think
all of
that's
y'all
cool.
feel about that?
I think
That's what I want to ask y'all. That's sort of like that's one of my little controversial hot topics I wanted to bring
Right.
to y'all.
All right. I'm ready.
To
I'm
ask
ready.
as a man. So some people at this table are married, some are not. But
Shut
as
up.
a man, how would y'all feel?
Oh shit! I ain't got my ring on.
Don't
How-
expose yourself.
I know.
You're supposed to hide your hand.
But for everybody looking and watching,
So to slowly
I'm a
put
hair.
that bitch under the table. Look.
I'm also a barber and a hairstylist, and I was working my
But
ass
that's-
off today, and it
that's
must have
the
slipped
honest
off
man
in
in
the shampoo bowl.
Right.
Real
So
talk.
how
Or my
would y'all
shower.
feel if a woman proposed to you, and if it was like a woman that you love that you likely were probably gonna propose to, maybe later down the line? Like, how would you react? How would you feel?
I mean,
you go first, Eric.
My situation's a little different because my wife kind of proposed it to me, and I was already thinking it, so I was just like, so we just sped it up a little bit. But and she felt kind of bad, but she had a different situation than a lot of people. And I was like, what'd you feel bad for? I was with somebody for almost 6 years, got engaged within 3 months, and then we split up.
Right.
And I've been with you for a month, but like the first week, I felt like I was like, you were the one. Like, you know how they always say like, oh, when you know, you know. And I was like, man, that's bullshit.
Right.
But then like when I met her, I was like, damn,
Yeah, like,
that must be what they're talking about.
It just happens.
So that's
to,
how I
like,
felt.
It happens
and I
to
just,
certain people.
Yeah, so I told her, look, what's the point? Like if we wait 6 years, no, so we just did it quick. We did it within like a year.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay,
almost 5
how
years
do you
later.
feel
Did
about
she
the
do like
proposing
a
to you?
grand gesture, like get down on one knee and propose to you? Like, was it like that?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking men.
Sorry.
Like, how would you feel if? No, I know we didn't explain it, but how would you feel if a woman did that to you?
I feel like if a woman
Shit.
if a woman, had the, balls and the guile to do that, and like she really knew what she wanted,
She got a
and that's
ring?
what she wanted
She
to
got
do,
her ring already?
Yeah,
Did she buy her ring?
Is she gonna buy the ring, or is she gonna like go buy something that she want? Then I gotta put it on her finger still, because like that's another thing. Because like if you
No,
want,
like she's proposing to you with a ring. She's
all
presenting
right,
you with a
all right.
cool.
Do I get to tell her? Well, look, I did. What if I don't know? I feel like
I
I'm
want a
told.
square cut. I
I'm
want
gonna
a
do
square
some
cut.
like I feel like when
Yeah,
a chick proposed
you got a
to
different
me,
perspective than
yeah, like I'm gonna be like, well, hey, this ain't big enough. I'd probably play this shit out. I don't know.
I'll just be
No.
like, damn, I can't believe she loved me that much.
The reason I brought this up is because I like read an article recently and I posted about it that it's like becoming a really popular trend and that women are having a hard time finding like bands, like rings to propose to men with.
What?
So it's becoming more and more
Holy shit.
popular, but I just wonder how that makes men feel. Like if you were in a relationship with a chick and it was serious and then she proposed to you, like how would you react? Like would you think it's cool? Would you not be okay with it?
For me, I don't know. I mean, I guess because it's tradition,
Yeah.
like men would supposedly propose. Like I wouldn't have a problem with it for other people, but for me, I wouldn't want it.
So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it.
as a man that's proposed to 2 different women, one on my birthday because I was trying to be selfless,
Oh, okay.
and that didn't work out so well. But something different. And then with my wife, it's like I basically like asked her while we was on the couch because at that point I was just like, well, I can't surprise you.
Right. But to me, I feel like
I don't know.
that robs
Right.
like men of that surprise of
Right.
when I want to do it for you, because I don't want you to expect it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I do it to you, I want you to get those feelings that, you know what I'm saying? But if you propose to me, that takes that from me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It takes
It's
away
like,
that.
and then it's an added pressure. It's like, wait, like I was gonna do this shit. I'm supposed to do this
Right.
shit. But it's like you
beat
pressuring
you
me
to
to
it.
get married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
You got that fire, that's
you can
why.
freak men out in that way. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, I could be like, damn.
Yeah, I
know what I'm
personally
saying?
would never
I wasn't
do
even
that.
gonna ask you.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then depending on like your social circle, I feel like like you might have those. Like, she
Celebrities
might
with
have
that?
those friends like, oh girl, I would never do no shit.
Yeah.
like
I'm
that.
that friend. I'm so sorry to say it, but I am that friend. I would never.
Is this
do
like
that.
celebrities
Look,
doing
like-
this shit? 'Cause it
No,
sound like some crazy
no,
ass
it's
celebrity
not
shit.
celebrities doing it, and I would never do it because, like I was mentioning, we were talking earlier about traditional,
Yes.
like
Yes.
gender roles, I guess, in relationships.
Right.
And I would just prefer a more traditional dynamic.
Yeah. Right.
And I feel like it's a little bit demasculating, I guess. Like
Kinda like
it's
what Ray Ray
like
was
a woman
saying.
taking
Yeah.
on a masculine
Right.
role. Like, why would you do that? Like,
Wanna
why
wear
would
my
you get
pants
down
too?
on your, like while you're down there? You might as well just like eat his pussy too while you're
Damn.
on your
Yeah.
knee proposing. Like, I would never do that.
She might as well wear my pants. God damn.
Yeah.
And that's just I don't know. It's like that, and
I wear shorts anyway. So.
But it's like, and it's funny the masculine feminine thing, because I feel like the world that we live in now was set up to like kind of be like that, as far as like through like women's suffrage and all of that shit. Like you had like the generation of women who was like, was forced to like really sit at home during World War II,
Yeah.
and World War, and like really take care of kids and shit like that. So it's like when them dudes came back home from war, a lot of them women was like, oh my God, I had to do all this shit myself. No, you gonna be the daddy, you gonna do this and that, and I'm just gonna try to chill. And that translated for years and years and years and years until like you get like, okay,
Shout out.
we want to make the same money that these men make. We want to have the same opportunities to get these jobs, because at the end, at one point only half the population was being taxed because men was the only people working. Women was sitting at home taking care of the kids, cooking, just really being homemakers. And so I feel a woman's plight, like, yeah, you know, you want to be respected and received the same way a lot of men get praised and shine for like the jobs that they do. But then it's like now we in the world where you have like extreme feminist women. Right. And I feel like in just this world we live in, 2022, for a woman to be like that extremely feminine, like extreme feminine to the point where it's like, I am woman, hear me roar. I don't care about this, like, you know, men are bastards and all, because they got women that are extreme like that. And then they go to their job and their manager's a guy and they can't take 2 weeks off without asking this man permission. So how much of a feminist are you if you gonna still listen to your boss? Or even they have extreme feminists who are married to men and go home and listen to their husband. It's like, are you really are you really living that feminist shit? Or are you really just saying that because we live in a trendy world now? So it's like feminism is trendy. I'm talking about a lot of that stuff is trendy. Like I got a chick I know, and I ain't gonna say her name or nothing like that because, you know, I don't want to play nobody. But it's like a lot of times I'll see she'll post a lot of stuff about femininity and this and that and bashing men in all these ways. But then in another post, she'll post like Big Sean and Jhené Aiko and be like, oh my God, relationship goals. But you hate men so much, but you want to have a baby and be married to a man. But it's like, you hate us so much. Like, why?
Yeah,
like,
but she bitter at the nigga.
Yeah, you bitter at guys, but you envy somebody else's man-woman relationship, but you don't even go on dates.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's just crazy. Like, we live in a world where it's like women want to be loved. They want to be appreciated. But then as soon as a man either, you know, even comes that way and like, you know, it like tries to make those advances, it's like nowadays we look at as like weird or perved out or something like that. But it's like, can you blame us for even looking at you the way we look at you when we scroll Instagram and all you got is your ass out? That's the new pose. Like, you remember back in the day, it was like you turn your knee in out and you pose with they was posing with their tiptoes, and then it turned, they was spinning around and like spreading the legs just a little bit to where like the ass kind of like made the little shape. So it's like poses is trendy, and like you want that click, you want that heart, you want that comment,
you want that DM.
But as soon as I send that, oh my God, these men are so thirsty. But you putting this out there.
But it's like Dave Chappelle said, you might not be a whore, but you're wearing a whore's uniform.
Yeah, exactly. Like you doing, typical whole activity.
Yeah, so it's like, how else you want me to see you?
Like, and back in the day, I remember a lot of women, like I'm talking about like in the early 2000s, even in the late 90s, a lot of women were like that natural pretty was the thing. Like Halle Berry was naturally pretty, and she was the beautifulest woman in the world. Fucking Gabrielle Union, naturally pretty. People wanted her. I'm talking about who else? Stacey Dash, no BBLs, no nothing, just a little bit of makeup, some lip gloss or whatever, and men would swoon over these women. So now it's like, if you ain't went to Brazil or went to Colombia and spent $1,500, $2,800, I don't even know how much that shit costs.
A lot.
Maybe like 15,000.
If you don't went to the Colombia and spent all that money, but then you come back home and realize you still gotta work out to kind of maintain that stuff, and then 100%. You got and what kills me is when I see the girls that are like my size. I'm like 150 pounds soaking wet. I see girls that are my size, 150 pounds or something, probably less than me, and they look like ants. Them big stupid asses and big old titties hanging out, and it's like, you really paid that much money to look goofy. At the end of the day, like, men don't even like that.
That's the trend,
and it's crazy, bro.
No,
like,
they got certain men who like that shit.
No, they got men that like it, and you know, to each his own. But to me, it's like, it just looks unnatural. It don't look real. It just don't look real to me.
I don't know if y'all notice, but I pay attention to stuff like this. But the trend is dying. I give it a few more years, but the slim body type is about to come back in style, unfortunately. But it is like what was trendy in the early 2000s and the 90s is on its way back.
Like
so what's trending right now, Crystal?
Slim bodies are trimming, because
bodies.
I pay attention to pop culture and celebrities and what they're doing, and I know who sets trends, and the ones who set body type trends just had their BBLs removed.
Kim Kardashian,
and Khloe, they had them removed. They've lost a lot of weight. They're both real skinny.
What's removed?
Their BBL.
What's that? Big booties.
The Brazilian butt lift.
Oh,
the
shit.
surgery that everyone gets. Yeah.
Well,
big booties.
I mean, I saw a picture of Chloe the other day. She was like shredded. She had like abs and shit sitting on a. You got another. All right. she was sitting on a yacht, like with an 8-pack. So
I think she looks good, but because she got so slim, she was like really unproportioned. So I know she got it removed, and I know that they set a lot of trends, and everyone else is going to follow soon. And because the BBLs are so trendy, they're so obtainable now. It's almost kind of like cheap because everyone has it.
Right.
Like because it became so obtainable, everyone gets it, and it's just the trend is dying.
BBLs.
Yeah, they got some girls that and it's just females on social media I be following and shit like that. And they got 2 of them I know for a fact got BBL surgery, and they try to play it off as if they never got it, and they throw shade at women that have BBLs all the time. And I look at these girls supposed to be like I know you got this done.
How fucking contradicting is that?
Why are you doing that? Like you
your
went
ass
and did
cannot
that.
fit through the door.
And
Yesterday
the
it could. Today it can't.
And they try to, like, don't get me wrong, they have it, so it's like it doesn't look like they went all out and just went and got it, because their thighs kind of like could play it off. But I know females that know them, and they, girls, like, and that's another thing. Women, trust me, that girl sister code, that shit went out the window years ago. They talk shit behind each other's back like it's nothing. And when I tell you, a lot of females got that BBLs, and they'll be talking about girls who, oh, you got this, you had to do this, but you went and did it too.
Right.
Just because it doesn't look like, just because it don't look like you went and got it. I mean, your body might have accepted it a little bit differently, and you can kind of play it off. But no, you went and got some work.
Yeah, because let's be real. Like, some people that I guess I know have it, but I didn't know they had it.
Right.
And I was told they had it by other girls. And I was like, really? I just thought she had, like, she'd been squatting. But no.
Right, but I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either.
I mean, all you got to do is squat and you can get ass.
Yeah,
it's basic science.
Yeah, because when we send posters like that, or you see a little skinny chick, and then all of a sudden she's blown up, it's like you don't have no excuse. You know what I'm saying?
It looks stupid.
But you know what I'm saying? But I don't do it. I'm not into it, but I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I mean, the problem with it that I have, and I mean, I'm not speaking ill on any of it, is that stuff like that is attainable. Like, you can't really grow your boobs. I mean, if you want big boobs, you got to get the implants. Yeah. But ass and legs, you can build that all day.
I don't know. Can you feel your hip dips though?
I mean, yeah, you could do. You got to use bands. I mean, look, I follow a lot of Instagram people as well because I'm in the fitness community big time. And all the things that I've learned out of the 22 years of working out, I mean, you can build an ass with hip dips, with thighs. I mean, but it's going to take work. So most people want it like right now. Right. They don't want it, they want it yesterday.
But even still, for me, if you don't want to work for it and you go pay for it, as long as you're happy with it, you know what I'm saying?
But can I tell you something?
But you can't get mad at criticism. That's my thing. Like, you can't get mad if somebody say anything. You chose to do that.
Right. Well, it's just like the girl that used to have a flat ass on Instagram and now she got a big ass booty, but somebody's DMing her. Everybody's DMing her.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, that's what you wanted.
Yes.
Now you got it. And I mean, unfortunately, a lot of men do not respect women. I mean, I have 3 sisters, and I'll be the first one to tell you, most dudes don't respect chicks, especially if they didn't grow up with sisters. No. If they grew up with brothers, dogs all day. I mean, even guys that have sisters can be a dog, but it's like, you're still a guy. Right. So you're going to, look at girls a certain way, but like, I'm going to respect them a little bit differently because I wouldn't want somebody disrespecting my sister.
Right.
I mean, right, Ray?
Right.
That's like when Tupac said all those years ago, keep your head up. We're going to have a race of babies who hate the ladies and all that shit. It's like we living through.
Yeah, we are.
These kids today, the ones that are like making music and the ones like, these dudes don't respect girls. They don't respect nothing. I'm talking about, you can look on YouTube right now. They got 100 videos of dudes punching the shit out of girls. And like nothing's being like done.
Yeah,
like you got the person with the phone like, ooh shit, he just knocked her the fuck out. And it's like,
and my thing is that shit
they
like it does something to me. Like to even see a woman fall, it's like like, you know what I'm saying?
Even when I see chicks fight, I get like,
it's like seeing a grandma fall.
I love watching women fight. I'm sorry, I like it because they goes longer than dudes fight. Like a dude fight is like pop, pop.
I don't
Somebody sleep. A girl, they gonna be, somebody's got a point to prove, and bitch, we gonna fight 30 minutes till I get this off.
Nah, I mean, if they standing up, but I hate that hair pulling type shit.
Nah, I don't like that shit either. That's too catty. That's
They just pull your hair for like an hour and shit, but yeah, I don't like that shit.
Like that. I like girls that throw dukes, but girls got more stamina in fights than dudes do. Like dudes, we get winded quick.
Yeah.
Nigga smoke a cigarette.
Damn near gotta,
nigga be like, hey, I need a cigarette.
Exactly.
We gonna finish it
unless you like a real hardcore person that like works out and like or join like a boxing club or like an MMA gym, you can go out there and fight rounds all day long. But like two regular dudes on the street, just ballroom brawl, that fight is over in 2 seconds.
If a knockout ain't quick, then they just gonna be over.
That shit is over with.
And girls fight dirty too.
They do.
I've seen a few bar fights with girls. They hit first.
I feel like women are lucky they ain't got balls, cause that shit would hurt. Like seriously, like they just kicking and punching everywhere. They don't give a damn where they hit you at. They just aiming to hurt at the shit.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I don't have a problem with that shit. I don't have a problem with it as long as it make you happy, but you can't escape criticism.
The whole purpose of anything,
you know what I'm saying?
The whole purpose of any of it is to make yourself happy.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So as long as you happy, you know what I'm saying. But
a lot of people got body dysmorphia. At least in 2022. I mean, I'm definitely like a number one customer.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, as like Jay-Z says on one song, but he's like, we born perfect. Like, and that's just how I feel. Like I have what I was supposed to have. That's just how I feel. Everything he wanted me to have, that's what God gave me. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
I mean,
I think internally I have everything, but just because of like society and stuff, externally I want other stuff.
Yes.
I'm no stranger to it. I don't have problems with nips and tucks. I have my own nips and tucks, and I'm no stranger to injectables and Botox and filler and stuff too. So I fuck with it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I said to each his own, and it make you happy. Right. You just hate to see a cringe face, big.
Well, it becomes addictive because it's never enough. And I feel we're not satisfied even with ourselves. And then it's like, dude,
you was beautiful. Yeah. You was fucking beautiful.
And it all at the end of the day boils down to like how much do you really accept yourself. Like dude, I've always been a skinny person. I'm talking about you can sit here, we can have comedy half hour about how skinny I am, and I'm gonna sit here and laugh at jokes all day. It's like, dude, I don't care. I'm cool with being skinny. I'm cool with everything.
I've accepted that shit.
Austin Powers got plenty of bitches with fucked up teeth in his mouth. And it's like, you mean to tell me I'm gonna sit here and put that much pressure on myself to go and change? Hell no. I'm good on that.
But you see, like on the other end, I was always made fun of for being fat. So it's like,
so
it's like most skinny people want to be bigger and most bigger people want to be skinny. It's like, I don't know what the perfect body type is.
But you transform your body though, right? Because
a lot of it because of the getting fucking picked on and having the sisters tell you to wear their bras and shit because you had titties.
So it's giving him his drive to work out, and you know what I'm saying?
Kind of like a David Goggins, like you're like, I don't want these titties no more.
But it's like what we was talking about the other day when on the Jay-Z thing, like we was talking about earlier, when he says things don't happen for you, they don't happen to you, they happen for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, it definitely transformed me into the person I am. Sure.
And you didn't realize it at the time. No. Most of the time, in the moment, you never realize it.
No, so it's like I'm not going back.
But if you start thinking that way about everything,
right?
Yes.
Life can be a lot easier, a lot less stressful.
I was listening to your podcast several times and writing down notes and paying attention.
So I've been using a lot of the tools texting me, bro. I'm learning so much shit from Crystal.
Episode 18.
I said my dude is excited. He was like, I'm driving, I'm listening to that motherfucker. So y'all check out episode 18.
Because we're talking about like the year right now, 2022, and just a lot of the stuff that Crystal was saying in that episode is like resonating with what he's saying, what she's saying, what you're saying, what I'm saying, and it's like it's all comes back like full circle.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like you were present at that time, but you listening to it after. You probably was like, yo.
Well, she was just giving out so much info. I was like, I ain't gonna fucking retain all this. Not tonight. A lot of stuff did, but
I'm about to go overload.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, for me, so thank you for that.
I love to talk that spiritual hot shit. That's why I'm glad to be back again.
Got that Crystal.
So, speaking of that, talk to us about this. What is it? Vabbing?
Yeah. So it's
you heard of this?
Vab or vibe?
Vabbing.
Yeah. That's
Tell us, educate us on it.
So this is.
How you spell that?
VAB as in boy, V as in Victor.
Yep.
We're saying vabbing.
If y'all watched
some people call it.
Shout out.
Some people call it
Millie
the vab.
Bobby.
Some people call it vabbing.
VABB.
This isn't new. It's just recently. It's just recently gotten popular on TikTok. So I made some videos about it, and they got a lot of attention recently. Like I've been being contacted by journalists from different magazines to talk about it. One of my videos was on Daily Mail. Dang, like they reached out and asked for permission, and I think I have an interview coming up like this week with a different magazine to talk about it, just because it's a little controversial. It is tied into spirituality as well, but when I first learned this concept and I decided to like create some content around it, it really didn't seem that weird to me. It really didn't seem. It was very on brand for me because it's one part spirituality, one part feminine energy, and kind of like sexual. So those are like the pillars of my content that I create. So I made this video really not even thinking anything of it, and shit went crazy. But I want to talk to y'all about it. So I'm guessing y'all never heard of it, but what do you think about it? So this is vabbing is something that women do where if you're about to be like in a social setting, like a club or a girls' night or a first date, or there's other instances you can do it too. But whenever you're getting ready, before you go out the house, you just like stick your hand down there, like get some of your fluid, some of your juices, yes, just a little bit on the hand, and you dab it like you would perfume, like
I thought you meant put that bitch in a dab and smoke it.
No.
Oh shit!
No,
like
You talk about dabbing.
dabbing. I thought
just
it
a
was
little tiny bit, like on the temples or on the wrist or whatever.
See?
Just because there's like pheromones and things like that, and it will attract people.
That's what, and
it make you more desirable.
That's what, and you know, it's crazy that you would even mention like spirituality and sex and shit like that, because, and even that, like that right there just took me like, come on. But I say that to say because, like, you know, they got a lot of women out here that are on that spiritual journey, enlightenment, femininity, and all that stuff.
Popular.
It's becoming popular and trendy. Cause a lot of these women that be talking that shit be fucking other women's husbands and everything like that. So it's like, are y'all really just on some Instagram trying to get tapped into that community and shit like that, just so you can get some other dick from somebody? Or it's like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, because like even when you talk about the what is it, sage, when you burn the sage,
it
was just trending. So I know, I mean, they have those people who are really into it, but they had at one point it was just like everybody burning
the sage now.
Crystal really.
That's why I made a post one time and I was like, so what happened to the sage?
Yeah, what happened to the sage?
Sage working at Starbucks.
What? It was sage. They had the Palo Santo burning. They had the candles and shit. Everybody was taking showers with fucking green stuff hanging from the shower head and shit. And then it's like at the end of the night, you still over there, your cousin's house fucking her boyfriend and shit.
Yeah, none of it is like, internal.
You had the family reunion.
It's just an aesthetic.
You had the family reunion waiting for his ass. Like, you like...
Yeah, so it's just trending. Like, it's like, come on, man.
And I think that's why this like vabbing thing kind of became popular recently, because some people, it is kind of like a form of witchcraft or something, kind of like a love spell or an attraction ritual. Like it's something to make people more drawn to you, to make you more desirable.
Like period in the spaghetti.
But back in the day, they used to call it. They used to call that shit voodoo. Yeah. Like if you don't want your husband to leave, you bury his drawers in the backyard.
Exactly. So vabbing is definitely
my mom used to say that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that, Rick.
You better
write that down.
Go in your backyard, boy. Your drawers might be in it.
I'm gonna create a piece of content about that. That's funny.
Draws.
My mom used to say that. No. But it was called what? Voodoo. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is. Mm-hmm. So, vabbing is like the gentrified name for it. I'm sure there's a more spiritual name for it, some kind of desire spell or ritual.
I do believe it can be like arousing, or you know what I'm saying, to a man.
And it's even more effective if you do it when you're ovulating, because when women ovulate, they're naturally kind of like more glowy, more attractive, because it's nature's way of telling you like make a baby.
Right. Correct.
So you're like hornier, you're more desirable. So if you do it then, you're just really just sending out the fucking beacon, putting the bat signal out there.
Yeah, but it's also like some animal type shit. You know how they pheromones.
Like the pheromones. Yeah, it's a little feral. It's a little bit animalistic.
So it's definitely
but it's manual, bitch. You gotta go get your own.
So when I first heard of this concept, I was like, oh my God, this is cool. This makes sense because I'm into it. Like, the person who like first showed this to me is a girl who like practices witchcraft or whatever. She actually called it sacred whore tips.
Damn.
It was a sacred whore tip. And I was like, okay. And I like that. So I heard about this like last year.
Right.
I didn't hear anyone else talking about it. And I even like hit the girl up like, oh, I like this idea, da, 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 da. So now like months have gone by. I kind of forgot about it. And I saw a video on TikTok about it and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I forgot about this. This is such a good idea. I'm gonna talk to my audience about this. Right. So I made a video about it and it was very well received because the people who follow me are pretty much on the same wave as me. It wasn't anything shocking or weird. I think a lot of men get kind of freaked out when they hear it.
Right.
But the people who saw the video, it got a lot of views. It was pretty well received, but now I am getting a lot of weird comments lately now. Even some men, they're like, oh my God, that is so disgusting. But, sir, like, you will put your whole face in it.
Hey,
Did you vamp today?
Shut the fuck up.
That's why I'm over here laughing because it's like,
and you
just imagine walking around smelling pussy all day. Because when it becomes
y'all
trendy.
do. I'm sure it's in your beard. I'm sure there's a man right now somewhere.
But did you vamp today?
I ain't even have none this morning.
I swear.
I just had to smell it right quick.
I knew someone was going to ask me that when I brought this up. But no, I didn't. And this isn't like a situation that I would do that in. Unless, I don't know, if I was like single or something. And like I knew there was going to be like, I don't know, potential suitors here, then maybe I would.
But if you got a wife, you got home, you'd be like, you put some of that pussy behind your ears.
Right.
Your husband go walk in the house before you go out with your girls and be like, you vabbing again?
Yeah, you know, back in the day, like, you know, shit like this, you used to pop up in like magazines like Women Weekly, Cosmopolitan, all this
like
shit.
Yeah,
like
but it's so easy now, you know what I'm saying?
Well, now you just go on TikTok and watch.
One thing I remember, like, it was in one of those magazines, like back in the day that women used to read, and it was like, it was an article that said how, like, women get turned on when they smell another woman's scent on their man. Like, and it's crazy.
It might be something psychological or scientific to it.
But even that happened with like gay people. Like when they were born, they have a different what is called pituitary gland. So when they smell men, you know, they got aroused. So that, you know, there was like it was in their DNA. You know what I'm saying? But I watched like a little documentary on that. But so it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's still in magazines now because these magazines are reaching out to me. A lady even hit me up from Cosmopolitan, but we couldn't do it because I had already like spoken to some other magazines. I don't know if it was competitors or whatever, so we couldn't do it. But yeah, shit's still popping off. I got another interview coming up about it. And I'm not even the first person. This is a very trendy topic online right now.
But
like
you're
I'm
good at what the fuck you do. You probably presented it really.
Another thing, like I was saying, now I have been getting like some weird responses. It's mainly kids, like teenagers, who this video was never intended for. So mind your business. Like
they're gonna make a duet with your shit.
No, they are. There have been like even older ladies. They're like, oh my God, what is this? This is so crazy. And they're like, women will do anything. They are so desperate to get a man. Whole time I'm married and I'm talking about this, which brings me to another point. Like I think this could be beneficial in other situations too, where you just want to be more magnetic or more desirable, even like a job interview or something like that. Just like one little drop. It's not something you're gonna do before the fucking family reunion and then go hug all your loved ones.
But that's why I believe that gland shit is true because it's like men. It's like, oh, all right, you go talk to a woman. You know, she's more receptive to you than a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just the opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is.
And
like,
I really don't think it's like that far-fetched or people like that. The extremes women will go to. Some women will get a fucking BBL. Some will fly to another country. This is just one little dab. It's one extra step with my get ready with me routine.
Your own, but not some foreign object. Your own shit.
And I had men that were joking and they're like, oh, what's the men version of this? Like, I'm going to do this too.
Dog water.
I should have told him stick his finger in his booty hole.
Hey, Ray,
that's
dog
what you
water.
do.
And it's like,
marking his territory.
Now that you mention that and like it has actually like a name to it, it makes me think about like, you know, Erykah Badu a few years ago. Erykah Badu put out like incense and all kind of shit that smelled like her odor.
What was the name of it?
I don't even know the name of it. I swear, I just know that that's what
Gwyneth Paltrow did too. She had a candle.
I think she called it Badu.
Whatever it was, that shit sold out in like 30 seconds when she put that.
It probably was all men.
Hell yeah!
Nigga, this Badu pussy.
No, she definitely has something special because every man she fucks with, he like find spirituality.
She be putting that voodoo on that. She burying the drawers in the backyard.
A long time ago, it was like in like Source magazine or it was like one of those old magazines, and she was like, in order for a man to mess with her, like he has to be open minded and has to go along or whatever. Mm-hmm. She's like a temptress. Like
I think it's like a priestess. Like
a priestess. Mm-hmm. That's the word I was looking for.
Because they have this book that she's featured in this book, and it's like about feminine energy, femininity, spirituality, and it's with this African lady.
Right.
And there's a lot of celebrities in the book who like go visit the lady and do all these rituals and stuff like that. And she's in the book. So, I think she's been educated and she's like a priestess.
But you know what made Erykah Badu really trend like a long time ago is when she took all her fucking clothes off and walked down.
I forgot she did that.
Like the same way.
I forgot she did that.
John F. Kennedy. She took the same route John F. Kennedy's thing took, like
the shooting,
the whole
the
shooting shit. She took that whole, and she walked down that motherfucker ass naked, fine as hell. And that's when everybody was like, "Damn, Erykah, I ain't know you had that," because Erykah Badu in the 90s was like a stick, and she had a dashiki and like a turban on her head and shit.
Yeah,
so nobody
she transformed like she's SZA.
Oh yeah, man. I'm talking about, come on, bro.
Yeah, she transformed. She got that.
And then
thickness.
on top of that, and like she, like a woman that like, she's got her baby daddies is like dudes that are like some of the top rappers. Like DOC was with NWA and all that shit. Like he got records with these guys, and then you got Jay Electronica, who is like one of the dopest artists from New Orleans. Like,
and Andre 3000, right?
Andre 3000, she got him 7.
Nigga say she got him. You heard me?
She got him. Like
she burying all their drawers
Andre
in the backyard.
3000.
She did.
Like when Outkast first got popping, Andre 3000 was in the video with like dookie braids and fucking hockey jerseys and Hilfiger jeans on. And then next thing you know, he fuck with Erykah Badu, and this dude's got like overalls and pastel colors and shit. And it's like, damn, where this came from?
And he had a dope style of rapping, but it kind of improved.
It did. Like,
even his train of thought.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Return of the G, like it's on that the Aquemini album. That's like the maybe like second song on there, maybe like the first song on there. But it's a song called Return of the G, and that verse that Andre 3000 spits on that song, he talks about everything that everybody was saying about him at the time. He puts all that in a verse and was like, you know, maybe y'all just some closed-minded people. You know, I mean, I feel better than I ever felt. You looking at me like I'm goofy and funny. You thinking whether I'm gay or whatever, but like I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel better about myself. Like,
and he's actually one of the most successful rappers.
Yes.
I mean, if we're gonna be real.
But now you check him out. Now he walks around with a pair of black cement 3s on with a fucking funny looking flute and just plays that shit. It's like, damn, Andre. Like, but he happy though, and I'm
right. That's what it's all about. Is happiness.
That's true freedom.
She elevated his level of thinking.
But it goes back to like your shirt. Just like I was regular. It's just regular.
You're a regular person. You might have, you know, more money. Your credit score might be good. You might have more access to
different
things.
resources.
You have that. But guess what? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, all you want at the end of the night is peace and quiet, a good night's sleep, and you want to feel good about a decision that you made in life. You don't give a fuck about millions and millions of dollars, because when you die, it goes to whoever's around you, and they not even gonna do what you was doing with it. They probably ain't gonna do nothing but splurging and spend it all.
Right.
Low key, I care about it because my avatar wants to have fun while it's here.
No, have fun.
Lifetime.
Yes. I am here for a good time, not a long time, and that is the truth. And, you know, so for anybody to tell you that, oh, you know, you're not living right, or you should be doing this, or you shouldn't be doing that, like, dude, just live your life and do what works for you. I mean, we're not all here to do the
that's
same
how I
shit.
feel too. Like I'm not the same person. Like once you accept yourself, like that's you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's everything.
Because I mean,
everything.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna go to the mailbox and somebody's asking you for money. So all the money that you make, you spending it on bills. Like, we live in a life where every day is bills. Like, you gotta pay, you gotta put gas in your car. So it's like, that's a bill every week. You know, every 2 weeks. You got kids. That's a bill. That's a responsibility. That's a fucking bill, man. That's a bill.
That's bills.
And then that's like, you're not getting nothing back from that. And it's like,
no ROI.
You know, no return on none of that investment. Unless one of your kids becomes a fucking basketball player or some shit like that. Then they might buy you a house. But if you was an asshole parent, you ain't getting nothing.
No, true. And to me, that's the problem. It's like we working these 9 to 5s, and we doing all that while the kids are at home with no supervision at all. So what they they were, you know, they either go get somebody pregnant or get pregnant, and the cycle continues.
Mavis Beacon taught me how to type. Now that's a whole program on computer. Mavis Beacon taught all us how to type, and these kids come out the womb knowing how to do that shit. Like my son, when he was born, like, you know, and babies now, you know, they cry. What's the first thing you do? You give them a cell phone. They go to YouTube and they don't even know how to type in nothing. They just push the button, and as soon as the video pops up as to what they're trying to look at, they click on it.
Yes.
It's like
and it continues, and it just gets smarter.
You know, kids don't even teach kids how to write in cursive no more. Kids don't even write cursive. I saw one of my partners. He let his son sign for the bill form, and he wrote his name out like if it was like some elementary school shit. Like he was even in between the lines, and he drew it at the top of the line and shit, like correct. I'm like, dude, they not teaching these kids nothing, bro.
It was like standard to write in cursive.
Yeah,
we had to.
If you wasn't writing in cursive by like fourth grade, they would
they would hold you back. You right about that.
I remember being like worried about it in school. Like, I gotta learn how to do this.
Damn, I just can't.
And my handwriting was poor. It depended on what kind of pen I had, but my handwriting was poor.
I fucking hate writing. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I hate it writing. Like, I mean, I rap, so it's like, you know, I like to write when I'm in the mood, but then it's like filling out job applications. I fucking hate writing. I swear to God. Filling out my name and all that numbers and shit. Like, that's why I work for myself. I got tired of doing that shit.
Yes.
Like, that is,
and that's the
boring.
way to go, man, because you want to be home for those children. To like steer them in, you know, not take over their life, but try to steer them in the right direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially now. Like, I was telling my wife the other day, like, sometimes you sit there and think like, damn, man, why I brought a child into this world? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just like, fuck.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, because it's crazy, man. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's hard, man. I know.
But we got to keep on going. So that's you know, my life goal is to put them in a better situation than what I was in. You know what I'm saying? Right. At least start it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least start it. Yeah. So, but I want to go higher than that. As we all
Now, when you say put your kids in a better situation, like when you mean, because like in our generation, I don't know, when we say, like, most of us would be like, oh, I want to, like, the ones that like want millions of dollars, or I just want to have it to where my kids ain't never got to work, never have nothing. So it's like you want your kid to either be set up to be a lazy asshole bastard type of person, or do you want to like really want better for your kids to like really mold them morally and be like, hey man, hey, having a job is building character. It's not like some lame shit. Like, no, you really learning how to interact with people. You learn how to talk to people. Like, really be there to be your child's like therapist almost. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids, like, my kids are mixed. I got a white baby mom, and it is what it is. I'm proud of that shit. But still,
shout out.
Yeah, it's your children.
But my kids, like mixed kids, they go through some shit like nowadays where it's like my daughter experienced colorism. Like, I've experienced racism in my life, but colorism, though, to tell me like you are essentially black, because me, like, mixed is like, yeah, you know, you take a black person and mix it with anything, it's like at the end of the day that's gonna
be black.
It's gonna be black.
That's
like,
what you're gonna be identified as.
Exactly. Like, I mean, and you can take the blackest cup of coffee and you can pour as much milk as it is you want to, but it's not gonna ever go back and be completely white. It's gonna be the lightest brown you've ever seen, but it ain't gonna be white.
Like mulatto.
Yeah. So it's like my daughter has experienced shit to where it's like, even in her own community, the black community doesn't even look at them like, oh, you're not even really black. Like, you got to be 100% black.
I think it'll get better because eventually your kids, his kids, my kids, they are quickly becoming the majority. Very quickly.
Yes. I love it.
Like, all of our kids are like around the same age. Like, how old
my
are your
oldest
kids?
kid, I have 3 kids. My oldest, I have 2 girls and a boy. I got 2 daughters. I wish my son would have been first. Don't get me wrong. I love my daughters though, but I got a 14-year-old, which is my oldest daughter, a 10-year-old, and my son is 8.
Mm-hmm. And you have teenager and 2 little ones, and I have on my way to 2 teenagers. My daughter's 17, and then my 9-year-olds. But they're getting to a point where there's not going to be a lot of colorism once they come up and get older, because everyone's going to look like them.
Yes.
If you Google the word American, and I implore everybody, if you watching outside or anybody wants to do this, Google the word American. If you Google American and you look at images, you're going to see like the first 20 images are all light-skinned people, little kids with blonde hair and light eyes. And it's like nobody's white at all. Like, so and that's what they say there. Like, America a long time ago was really that. It was really just mixed up. You was either dark brown or you like a light brown, and then it's like, you know, other things just came later on.
Yeah, and I always like I respect like like certain cultures like races that stay inside of their lane because it's just like, all right, I got to go and deal with a different type of culture,
Right.
so I got to bring this family towards this one.
Right.
But I think that's like one of the things that would delete racism.
Yeah.
Is because you're gonna have so many mixed kids, and I always say like when, let's say, just hypothetically, it's a older white woman who gets a mixed child, you know what I'm saying? But the kid doesn't see nothing but grandma. It doesn't see no color or nothing. How can you deny the innocence? Like you can't. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see it when I see that. Like, when she's pushing the fucking Walmart basket with the mixed child in the fucking front, but she's fully white. Like, I think that deletes racism.
Because it's like you can't tell that child. Like, nobody will be able to tell
She doesn't see that child as a different color
can't.
either.
She can't because the baby don't look at her like that. You get what I'm saying? So when you say grandma, it's like, how do you deny that? Like, if you do, that's pure hate.
Anyway, it's part of her too. Yeah.
Plus, it's part of her.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't mixed. I mean, all my nieces and nephews.
But you have to, like, she has to swallow that, even if she had even a
ounce of hate.
Of racism. Right. She has to swallow that now. So now, when people who look at her with racism because she has that child, now she's mad because you offended that I have a fucking mixed baby. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like you got to defend.
Yes, your fucking grandbaby.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Your grandbaby.
And then that's why I feel like, don't get me wrong, and I love the fact that, everybody's kind of blending and just mixing up, because it's like nobody's going to ever be able to tell your child or your kids, my kids or his kids that, or your nieces and nephews, that love can't exist between a black man and a white woman, or a white boy and a black girl. Because, like, everybody's fucking everybody nowadays. Like,
yes, and that's just, that's just where I found love. I didn't have for anybody who married outside their race, or, that's just where I found fucking love. It don't matter what color it was. That's just where I fucking found love, and that's just what it's about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Basically, what it is.
100%.
Because like they have this book, like it's written by Napoleon Hill. It's called "Interview with the Devil," and I listened to it on audio. I didn't like read the whole thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we attention deficit.
You like me? I got an audio book.
Yeah, like I mean, I got books, like physical copies of books and stuff like that. Because sometimes I will like to just cut everything off and just zone into my book. But for the most part, "Interview with the Devil" is more like it's beyond just black and white. It's all about good and evil, because they got some black people that fuck with white people, and they got some black people that don't fuck with black people at all. And they got some white people that strictly fuck with black people that don't fuck with white people. So it's like you either on the side of good or you on the side of bad. It's like I've been in courthouses where, a white dude has gotten treated unfairly just because he looked like me. You know what I'm saying? Like his style is like me. He tatted up. He got all this shit going on. And
that's what's crazy right now, because the culture is becoming one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see little white kids with their hats and their fucking Nike slides and their shorts, but it's just like that's everybody's like style. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
look at them two niggas.
But it's like everybody's having swag. So it's just like, I can't just say, that white boy looks better than that black dude or that Spanish dude.
There's a lot of swag out there right now.
Yes, and it's all coming together.
All
like
culture.
Every race,
it's every culture blending the culture.
And I gotta say, it's because
and everybody's their self too. Everybody's we're becoming like a self. Like, I am who I am.
Yeah, like you dress how you want to dress.
Yes.
Like you think you look tight.
Yes.
And that's
it's just like, it's for me. It ain't for you, but you have yours.
But you do look tight, by the way. I'm just saying, you always come with fresh things. Everybody got their style.
Marcy sleep.
Marcy style sleeping.
But everybody has their style.
Definitely. But like the culture of hip hop and just how everything is, just with like, even like just hip hop culture in general, like that's become American culture.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like, Garth Brooks ain't never made me want to do nothing. No. Like, nobody that I didn't. And I listened to a lot. Like, my name is Slim Morrison. Like, Jim Morrison. The Doors. I actually had a period in my life when I was in middle school where I listened to, like, I zoned out. I stopped listening to a lot of like R&B, hip hop, and I just strictly listened to like, different forms of rock, soft rock, indie, hardcore shit. Like, I'm talking about AC/DC, Kiss. Knights in Satan's Service is still one of my favorite bands. Like, it's like Green Day,
like,
all that shit. It's like,
but it's like you grasp towards which you have
grasp
your
towards like
things that
don't get me wrong. Green Day had cool songs, but I didn't never look at the lead singer of Green Day like, yo, I'm about to just look like that, because he didn't look cool to me. Like they made cool music, but like. You know, when you look at someone like Nas, like his style was just like, it's kind of, it's funky, dingy. Grungy. But Nas is my favorite rapper. You know, shout out to Nas, Nasir Jones. Like his son and my son both have the same name. Like I named my son Knight because his son's name is Knight. I wanted us to have that in common. That's how much of a Nas fan I am.
Shout out.
And when I look at Nas, Nas had the fresh Nikes, Jordan 4s, all that shit. Like I wanted to look like that. And I feel like a lot of where you see culture, like look at Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly is a rock star. Like he started off his lane, he kicked up with the rap, but at the end of the day, Machine Gun Kelly is more like a rock rapper. He's more like a new age of what Kid Rock was. Kid Rock was more like hip hop mixed with bluegrass. I'm from the South, like it's some country shit, but
like a versatile.
Machine Gun Kelly is a mixture of if you got like.
But he also got some twister in him because he rap fast.
He rap fast as hell. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like,
to me, that's like the new school. Like Drake, Post Malone, all those guys are like the new age. That's the new breed.
I ain't gonna lie, Post Malone. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw Post Malone, I thought Post Malone was gonna be in a total different. Like I thought he was strictly on some more like hip hop R&B type. Like I thought that's what he was gonna go, but like Post Malone kind of
he's like
he
rock.
turned into something else. Like he's more like on that
rap and rock.
Yeah, like he
but he can sing too though.
He can sing. Like he's more like a
he's a conundrum.
I call those like new breeds.
It's
like
almost like Mac Miller, dude. Mac Miller was like the white version of like fucking Currency, and then like he got some, but Mac Miller also have songs that is like he sounds like Adam Levine on something. He's singing rap. Yeah, man, Mac Miller is hey bro. Listen to Mac Miller. He don't really sing, like he don't have like no vocals like that, but like he harmonizes.
Gotcha.
And it sounds raw, and I like it.
Right.
So rest in peace, Mac Miller. By the way, man.
It's not becoming a rapper. It's like you're an artist now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're becoming everything.
Yeah.
I mean, for anybody that thinks that Drake can't rap or sing, I mean, he could do both.
Yeah, he can definitely do. Drake is like the
Twister.
Yeah, Drake probably started the rap sing shit.
Twister started first.
Like no, rap
Twister,
singing.
Wait, T-Pain. Why am I keep saying Twister?
T-Pain was on like T-Pain did what Roger Troutman did with the fucking auto tune. Now, if you want to talk about
a rapper and a singer,
rapping and singing, you would have to go all the way back to like. I mean, what's the
We'll never know.
Who else?
Houdini. It was probably somebody we never even fucking seen.
This guy named I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right or not, but Squirtle. He was with Houdini. Houdini had friends. How many of us have them? Now, if you look up live videos of them performing the song Friends, that dude is really singing and rapping as he's singing it, as he's doing that song. So that's been done before. Then after that, you had like Trey Songz. He sings, but that dude could burn a rapper. Like, and then Chris Brown.
I was just about to say, what do you consider Chris Brown?
Like Chris Brown is a singer. Don't get me wrong, rap is something
he can tap into.
T-Pain came out before.
Ja Rule did that before T-Pain, like
But I kind of feel like if you can sing, you can rap.
I don't think Ja Rule can sing
like that.
No, Ja Rule's a harmonizer. Like where you see harmonizing mixed with hip hop and shit like that, Ja Rule, that's like the shit that people used to make fun of Ja Rule for doing. That's what's selling nowadays.
Gotcha.
Like,
but I don't really think like Drake can sing, but I think he can come out like
harmonize.
Cadence, something like that. It's something like harmonize.
Somebody else told me they don't think Drake can sing. I don't
want to say singing, but like hold a note.
Yeah,
say
Drake
it like that.
Drake
you can't be like and like some Whitney Houston shit. I
went to a Drake concert and I mean he was singing. Hard,
Drake's got a voice like honey. Like the Duke, like he's got some pipes with him, but it's like
because Miguel opened up for him, and
but I mean like I guess compared to other singers,
compared to other singers, he's no R. Kelly at all. Shout out to R. Don't get me wrong. Hey, he did some fucked up shit, but that man musically, R. Kelly is like Marvin Gaye.
That held down some of my life, bro. 2P2, 12 play. I went back,
bro. Like this man has a song called "When a Woman's Fed Up," not when my 13-year-old fucking whatever is fed up.
Like that still resonate with a lot of people. Like,
and that to me is odd. It's weird how like
before all of this stuff was news, before all this stuff came out, like when you listen to an R. Kelly song, you like nobody was thinking about a little girl. That's
no,
like,
fuck no.
As soon as this shit comes out, oh my God, he probably was talking about this little girl at that time. I don't think about it like that. Like even if no matter how cringy you might think about it, I don't think about it.
I'm thinking about it how the fuck I'm thinking about it.
Like R. Kelly got a song, one of my favorite songs, and my oldest daughter was made off of this, Half on a Baby. Come on, like you can go half on a baby with whoever, but still, though, come on, man, you ain't singing that shit.
She's speaking to you.
No, you ain't talking to no little girl.
You're not talking to no little girl like that, bro, like at all.
Man, but I heard this shit the other day. Like, I was watching Bill Burr's stand up, and he was like,
"Oh my God, it's so good!
Yes.
10 out of 10. Everyone needs to watch it.
Yes,
Shout out to Bill.
It is so fucking funny.
And he's like a white Dave Chappelle to me. Like, they attack those.
And his
of
wife's
things.
black.
Yeah,
I fuck with Bill.
But the
Burr.
thing he was saying is like how it's crazy, like that we can't sit and talk to kids anymore. It's but I feel it like internally, like I never thought about it till he said it, but it's like I do tend to do that now. It's like, he was like, but the way he said, he was like, get that fucking thing away from me, because you don't want that pedophile type, anybody look at you like, oh, he's playing with the kid too much, like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit really exists now, because I feel it, you know what I'm saying? And it fucking sucks, but.
We got some weirdos out here in the world, man. Bro. That's why, like, all of that fucking, like I get it. We in this little all-inclusive world now where everything's kind of like get along, go along, like we've taken the aspect of like the bathroom at your house and put it in a restaurant. So you and your mama could use the bathroom together in the house. So, what makes the restaurant any different? Nigga, I'm not trying to go in the bathroom and be in there with, like, say there is a woman who identifies as being a dude. What if she's just using that just as an excuse to look at dicks all day? And the same thing with a dude. Like, how do I know that you just only identifying as a woman because you want to look at little girls or you want to get a snapshot of some pussy all day?
Right.
Like, it's conflicting with that, sharing bathrooms and just how shit is now. That's just, it's weird to me.
It's a crazy world.
It is. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I'm all about change and evolution, but I feel like certain things you kind of gotta like ease your way into. It's like, okay, well, look, we gonna give everybody rights and y'all can have what y'all want. And look, now everybody gotta use the bathroom together. Like, dude, I went to this place in Dallas, Texas called Sidecar Social, and I walked in, like, you don't actually share the actual bathroom with a woman. It's like when like the female's bathroom door and the men's door, like y'all are walking, but the sinks where you wash your hands are right there. So it's like you'll be looking at a woman washing her hand on the other side of you, but then like when you go to use the bathroom, like y'all totally separated. But it's like that's to me was weird because like as soon as I walk in the bathroom, they got two girls and I look behind me because I'm thinking I'm looking in the mirror and they behind me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But like they got girls in there. I'm like, yo, y'all really do that shit out there like this? Like this ain't cool to me. Like,
damn.
Like I don't know. So it's just certain things we kind of got to ease our way into.
Yeah, it was just shocking to see like women in the bathroom in public.
It is. It's like not, and just women in the bathroom in public, and just even just altercations and dialogue between men and women in general is crazy. Because like they had a video that that came up on Facebook one day. I was just scrolling Facebook. This was like a while back, like before, not even a while back, probably like maybe like a year ago, and there was this chick who got into it with a dude in Waffle House, and the dude was, obviously, homosexual, and he like, he had his hair done like a girl, he had his makeup on,
I don't like that shit at all.
Done everything. Don't get me wrong, like, to each his own. That's what you like. Right. That's what it is. But like the girl was being so like, oh man, you this like poking at him and all that shit, grabbed his hand, all that shit, and dude turned around and backhanded up. I'm talking about he knocked her into like the wet floor signs and everything, and when I shared that video, I had all kind of crazy comments. They was like, oh my God, how could you share something like that? That's abusive and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, this is a man who obviously likes other men and he's dressed like a woman. So obviously he identifies as a woman. Mm-hmm. So if the police come to that scene and he tells the cop I identify as a woman, is it still a man hitting a woman or is it two women fighting at the end of the day? Right. This is the world we live in now. So it's like, we structured and we run by paperwork. It's like it's crazy how like a woman can go to like the fucking police department, get her restraining order against a dude and think like this piece of paper, you think this piece of paper gonna stop this nigga from showing up outside your house or even walking in that motherfucker? That paper doesn't come with police detail outside your house. And
after that, a lot of women has died after getting.
It's crazy that you brought that up. My friend Rodnika Richburg, rest in peace to Rodnika. Her husband, ex-husband, that piece of shit. This motherfucker. I don't know whether he done killed himself or what. I hope he did.
Yes.
But if he didn't, he's still on the run, and he killed his girl. Like she put a restraining order on him 2 weeks before he showed up to her parents' house. Forced his way inside, shot her stepfather, and he went into a bathroom where she went to hide from him. He shot her 6 times. That was the most depressing shit I've ever been to in my life, to see a female.
I think I remember that shit.
Like murdered like that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just the world we live in now is fucked up, bro. It's like
that's crazy, man.
I just don't understand it. I just don't get it.
It really is crazy.
A lot of hurt people hurting people.
Fucking right. It's like the relationship's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Heal yourself.
Take your L, though.
Yeah. Some people, I think a lot of people don't know how to heal.
No, and they just move on and start a new relationship.
I'm a big believer in therapy.
More trauma.
But I also believe like that people are not shown that. We talked about this a couple of times, but people are not shown how to separate and be okay with it, or you know what I'm saying, to deal with jealousy. You know,
they need to teach that in school.
Yes,
they don't teach, and that's the thing. Mental health needs to be something that's taught in school, and like people need to
because a lot of people get in a relationship and they possessive. You know what I'm saying? That person is not yours. You know what I'm saying? They're not yours.
Or you might get with a person who's like, nowadays I feel like in our generation we run rampant with us. It's like we our generation of kids who wanted to be adults so bad.
Oh
so it's
my
like
God,
we forced ourselves to have really adult relationships in like high school. I even know people who've been together since they was 13 years old, got buku kids, and split up after being together 20 years. And
hate that for them.
Yeah, and I fucking hate it too, because it's like when those two people that have been together that long split up, and that person, the male or female, goes to be with somebody else, they have an idea of how they think a relationship should be. And it's like, you was only been with one person for 20 years.
That's why I think you shouldn't get married till you're like 35.
Yeah. I feel like
honestly.
Like me and my kids' mom split up in 2000 and I would say like 13, 14 or something like that. But I'm not single. I got an old lady. I mean, me and her been split up for like 8 years. And then I got into another relationship, and me and her been almost like a year together. But I didn't get into another relationship or even like really seriously date. Like it'd have been times where like, you know, me and my kids were like, it was probably like maybe 2 months after we broke up. I'm thinking like, okay, well, it's 2 months, dude. I gotta get up and go do something. And then I'll go, you know, hang out with a girl. I be done sent my shot on Instagram or some shit, and you know, we done met up, and then like I'll see myself the whole time. Like I'm at this place with this person physically, but I'm not here mentally. And it's like I still wish I was with this girl that just left me high and dry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you didn't heal.
Exactly. No. And then every girl that I found myself even trying to date or even get any type of way with, I was trying to find her in them, comparing. And I couldn't let her go. So it's like once I literally kept myself single for a long time. I dated.
And that's the shit they talk about too. That's another thing that need to be taught is emotional intelligence.
Bingo.
Like I heard somebody talk about that the other day, and it's like we're not taught that.
Yeah,
you know
now I'm like 34 and just now grasping the concept.
Man,
just now.
I went to school with girls that was like just fucking dudes because they thought that that's what you're supposed to do when you talk to somebody. It's like, no, you can really get to know somebody and have a platonic friendship without having sex with them, and then later on decide like that's what it was like.
No, but even that you say that, even when I was younger, I never felt like, I mean, after all the shit I seen, I didn't think there was, like, around the time, I didn't think there was platonic relationships out there. Like, I didn't think they were capable. Like, if you, like, I think people still feel that way some kind of way. Like, if you talking to that person, they'll just assume you fucking her. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, even you get a shirt, she posted, people just gonna assume like, oh yeah, he fucked with this girl. Yes,
it's like nah,
no, that's my dude. I fuck with her, like, you know what I'm saying. But I think that's why opposites attract, because men have better relationships with women.
Right. I mean, and then a lot of times, you know, men, you know, like, I mean, don't get me, I ain't gonna say like men can be, but like me, I'm like one of them niggas. I don't believe like a man and a woman can like really be like friends like. Cause it's like you gonna hang out with this person, you know, y'all gonna chill out. Then before you know it, you got all Pandora's boxes open, and then you can just slide in, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And I feel like a lot of women feel like, oh no, I can definitely be friends with a dude, but it's like, okay.
But to me, that would have to be
ask your male friend.
Be like up to the man.
Can ask your male friend one night, hey, won't you just come over and I just want to lay down with you, some shit like that. He gonna be over there, and if it takes him 30 minutes to get to your house on a regular, he gonna be there in 15.
Yes.
Just because you said come lay down and shit. And it's like
no matter the relationship.
Like men, we are like. It's just how men are.
Yes.
Like it's just,
I mean, I think that's till you get it to a certain age to where you get married and shit. Because sometimes when I think about it, like my younger years, or niggas say that shit like he old, but it's just like I look at like all that shit. It's like, damn, that shit was pointless. Like the energy I put in time I put into like seeking a woman was pointless. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, it's being contradictory. Me also feeling like I had to go through that to get to where I am today. You get what I'm saying? To the woman
so
I'm
it wasn't pointless.
No,
like
so it's like it's crazy. It's so contradicting. Yes,
right.
So and me, like I think about it now, it's like I was just seeking that one woman that I thought like wasn't gonna hurt me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I talk to this girl, she do something. And I'm thinking in my head like, damn, she gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why men build this thing where they just start fucking like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I don't give a fuck about that bitch, because they get hurt and they don't ever want to feel that again. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
and a lot of men we don't talk about a lot.
And then men don't fuck with emotion. Like we don't fuck with emotion. It's just like my dick hard, let me skeet and I'm done. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's just how we're built. I mean, I guess until you build that relationship to, like a marriage or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
stuff takes time, man. Yeah. Men, we not really like the ones to even. Like, I feel like men, we don't wake up one day and be like, yeah, man, I just want to go and get married. That's not something that we even attain to. Like, I feel like if we could go our entire life and just get all the pussy we want and not have to worry about getting married, and women were just cool with just having casual sex with dudes and they kind of just looked at shit like we did. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like we'd probably be
But I think like dick sizes and shit like that.
I feel like dick sizes kind of does. I mean, and I feel like that's fucked up too, because it is.
It really is. It really is.
Like you might look at porno and be like, and don't know nothing about camera angles and like lenses and like, so you might look at a flick and the dude might look like he's fucking King Kong and
you immediately insecure. You're like, damn.
Measure up to this, and it's like, man,
and then when you go into your first relationship to have sex, and you just all like,
you standoffish.
Like, what if my dick's too little?
Yeah, like he's crazy.
I don't know if y'all watched that Shaq All-Star. He was like, man, y'all gotta stop letting these women scare y'all. He was like, man, pull out that fucking Magnum. He was like, then cut off the light, get your little condom out the drawers.
Cause what I've realized,
it's like, man, it's like it is what it is.
Man,
like you gotta,
sex to me is only as good. It's only gonna be as good as how you feel about that person. It's like if you like a dude could be this big, but if he's fucking checking off greens everywhere in your you gonna make him feel like he doing the fucking most.
And he feeling y'all have that emotional connection.
Yeah, he got that damn. You can't give him his confidence.
That's unmatched. Yeah,
goddamn right.
And he's probably making her feel good.
And he making her feel good. And the same thing with women. Like me, don't get me wrong. Like some dudes will probably be like, oh man, what type of real man you is. Like me, I'm the type, like, I could go fuck a girl, like, not know anything about it and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna feel good to me. Cause, like, I don't like fucking chicks. I like fucking girls I actually like. I actually like women. I appreciate women. I love beauty, women.
Everything.
So it's like, I'm not about to just, if I'm gonna give her, something so intimate like myself, I'm gonna
make energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her, I'm going to give her that. I'm gonna give her everything. Like, I'm talking about, like you kind of have an idea.
Extra.
Yeah, I'm gonna go extra. You know what a woman likes. Like you don't have to be with fucking. Women like certain things. If a woman likes to be going down on. Like I just like that's part of your repertoire. It's like fucking kissing. It's like.
But I also feel like that shit has to be communicated between a woman and a man.
Yeah, like let me know what. Let me know what feels good to you. Let me know what you like. But still, like if this is our first time fucking, I'm gonna do everything that I know that women like. That
works.
I know that works for me. And if you don't like it, if it's too hard for you,
nigga be playing Operation. Look, me at the wrong spot.
Because I feel like that's how you really have to
nigga,
get to know your
spot. You gotta go right.
That's how you really got to get to know your partner. Like I feel like
you gotta communicate.
Like, because after being in a relationship with somebody for so long, you kind of you know what you used to, you know what you've gotten, but then it's like you got a new person here. Go into it with an open mind. Don't be like, oh, it ain't gonna be. It might not be like this, or oh, he did this or she did this. Nah, go fuck that person. I mean, and and you either gonna like it or you gonna love it or you gonna hate it. I mean, just have open mind. Like,
might be all right.
Don't go into it trying to compare your new partner to your old partner, because it's like you'll never be happy with that person that, because you fucked it up from the first time you did it.
Comparing.
And that's why I feel like it's fucked up for dick sizes, because like if women go through these certain amount of dicks, and it's just like fuck, like you don't get that itch don't get scratched, you know what I'm saying? And now you want that fucking itch to get scratched, and he can't scratch it, so it's just like, I mean, I guess it gets frustrating for a woman, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I guess I always say, if motherfuckers stay virgins till they got married, you wouldn't know what else is out there. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like,
that would be horrible. I feel like that would be fucking horrible.
No, but just think about it. You fuck that one person, better. You wouldn't know. You'd just be like, it's just like what you say when you get they present the Bible to you. It's like, oh, this is law. So you just like, you think that's everybody. We haven't seen porn. We haven't seen any of this to compare dicks. For all we know, all our dicks are the same size. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in all that. No sex before marriage. I feel like if you about to go and commit yourself to a lifetime contract to somebody, you gotta know what you getting into. Like, I mean, this person, if you ain't been with that's why
I think you should wait till you're like fucking 35, because then you're mature enough to communicate those needs.
But to me, the man with the dick might not be the man with the the other shit you want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of women fall. Like they said the
toxic dudes always have the best dick.
The unemployment dude is the nigga with the best dick, because he at home
one of my partners put this shit on Facebook. Shout out to my partner Kevin, dog. This dude put this on Facebook like a couple of days ago, and it was like Hood Family Feud. Name one thing that a broke bitch always have, and I was the one on there, and I commented, good pussy. 'Cause broke bitches got good pussy. I know plenty of broke bitches that's got buku kids and always got somebody taking care of them, because it's like, dude, they be, like a broke bitch ain't always broke. She might not have money, but she got
to get what she want.
That motherfucker got something.
Yeah, but that shit crazy though. But y'all want to take a break?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's take a break. I gotta pee. You want some?
We're gonna take a little break. One, two, three.
I love it.
Welcome back. From that pee break.
Texting.
No, girl, text. It's real life.
Pee break,
right?
That sounds so elementary.
Piss break. Dog water break.
I got a pee.
Dog water, not dog water.
Dog water.
Can I use the little boy's room?
Oh shit! I left the ashtray in there. Shit.
I got a bottle cap.
Oh, cool. Thank you, sir.
See a smoker.
Shit.
We
very regimented.
There we go.
Is that a word?
It's innovative.
Innovative. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what I was looking. See, that's why it's good. What's your sign? I gotta ask you.
Oh yeah, I love it. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Look, earlier,
Here
whenever
we
you
go,
said your
guys.
birthday, I was definitely earmarking.
She ready.
Oh, Capricorn.
She ready.
That's what I was thinking to myself.
She ready.
I was waiting for
heard y'all
this.
talking. I heard you say your birthday, and I was like,
I be in
She was ready.
I'm a Cancer.
What is his birthday?
Okay, well,
What is his
see,
birthday?
my birthday's January 17th.
Right, but what is that? I'm still learning signs. So
Oh, I'm a
sorry.
Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn.
Oh, shit.
When's
She's
your
a
birthday?
I'm a September 5th. I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
Okay, Virgos.
Yeah,
And Rayshon's
I'm still
a
learning.
Sag.
Yeah, man, I get along with Sagittarius. Like my mom's a Sagittarius, my middle child's a Cancer, and I love Cancers. Don't get me wrong. Like y'all are a little bit more like y'all are that sign that it's like y'all are kind of like that emotional sign. Like y'all a little too emotional. Like my little girl, like all she did when she was born, she cried all the time for no reason. Like she cried all the time.
That's a
like,
Cancer?
That's a Cancer.
Cancer is like
She really
stereotypically
cried
the
all the
most
time.
emotional
What
sign of
what
all.
month is that?
What month is that?
It's the end of June into
Yeah,
July.
my daughter's birthday is July the 11th.
Nice.
7-Eleven.
That's a big
24/7. Crying, nothing
My son
comes
is
out with good and bad.
June 26th. Mm-hmm.
That's the day my grandmother died. Damn. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Male cancers are different, but they are like stereotypically the most emotional and loving and the most intuitive, like the most
Cancers?
psychic.
Really? Over Virgos?
I read my sites.
Over Virgos?
Like
Virgos
how?
are
Like
pretty
explain that to me
intuitive.
because I'm thinking about Kemp. Like
Yeah. Well, water signs in general. So keep that in mind. Water signs in general. But cancers are like the most empathetic and the most intuitive. Like because they're so emotional, they are able to like feel other emotions, other people's emotions too. So therefore it makes them like more intuitive and a little bit like psychic towards what other people are feeling and like their energy and stuff. They're more receptive to it.
right.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Because I'm not really into that. but
Astrology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
it's a-
mildly into it. I'm not like
I love
all
this
the way
I
into
love
it,
this
but
shit.
you know.
But-
Well, we
but-
just got into Leo season, so shout out to all the Leos.
Yeah,
Shout
my
out to
sister's
Leo.
a
Shout
Leo,
out.
man. I
Leos
swear.
are the best. So I'm a Cancer, but everyone, you should look up your rising sign as well because it really gives a lot of insight into who you really are. So like if you're reading your horoscope, you really should be reading your sun sign, which like I'm a Cancer, you're a Virgo, but you should be reading your rising sign as well. And
How do I find that?
I can look it up for you.
'Cause I
You
just
need
been
your birth
reading my
time.
regular sign.
Yeah,
Oh.
you need your birth time so you can look up your birth chart and give you all the different details of it and find out your rising sign.
I think I was born in the morning.
So you got to know like the exact time.
Like
You look
early,
at your birth
like
certificate.
I think mine was like 8:00. But it's so
PM?
crazy because everything that I read
That's why I like staying
pertaining
up
to
late.
me is fucking accurate as
I think all the
fuck.
Cancer aspects are really accurate for me, but I think the Leo aspects are too. So
It's like, dude,
Can't you be
it'd be
both?
so on
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Because
You can't be
all the shit I
both,
read about
but-
Virgos, that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, they got me
Yes.
nailed.
Yes.
But then I feel like I read a few other ones and I'm like, I could be that too.
Right.
yes.
And then you have those dumbass meme people. Oh my god, well, Cancer's the best. Everybody be like, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Cancer is the best. No, I'm just
Nah,
saying.
I mean,
I
I
really
get
do
it.
rep
Everybody's
my
gonna
set,
I
scream.
though.
Everybody gonna rep they set.
Everybody gonna rep they set, but see me, I
don't
look
know,
at it
bro.
like this. I look at it like, okay, well, if we was to say like who was the most dominant like of the zodiac, I would have to say it's the Capricorn.
I
Because you gotta
think so.
think about it. 'cause
Capricorns have boss energy.
not
and
even just
they're-
that.
But
Just
what's
look
crazy
at
to
the-
me is still that everybody could be a different sign, but I still connect to you, and you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Right.
so
we all
it's like,
connect. We all do. But
it's crazy because everybody ain't
I look at
real,
the-
sort of say. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
And I look at the time of it though. I look at it like, Capricorn, I would say that Capricorn would probably be like the alpha zodiac because it's like you got to look at it. You end the year Capricorn and you begin
ended
the
and
year.
started.
Like
Yeah,
so, it's like
you
why
do.
would you argue like Capricorn obviously has to be the one because Capricorn of all zodiacs, because not all zodiac signs get along with each other. Capricorns hate a lot of fucking people. I hate damn near a lot of people,
Right.
but I can coexist with anybody.
Yeah.
Capricorns can coexist in a relationship with damn near anybody. It's gonna be whether it's good or bad. You're gonna learn something from a Capricorn, whether it be
Virgos are like that too.
true. Because I get along great with Virgos,
Yeah.
man. I had a Virgo chick one time, and it's crazy because like me and her was really really cool with each other, and then like.
Right, towards the end, she ain't put up with no
towards
shit.
the end, it wasn't that she ain't put up with nothing. I just feel like, maybe she might not have been as far as like emotionally ready to take it to like a relationship as I was. And then it's like,
Okay, that makes sense.
stop fucking around.
Damn,
It's
so you
good
was
now.
like-
She's
you was-
good.
but
She's.
you were ready to take it to a different.
Yeah, I
level.
really was. I was
Oh,
ready
so
to.
she still had some play in her.
No, not necessarily. Because like as soon as me and her not as soon as we stopped messing around. Like I know it's like
Nigga-
a short time.
they give it something.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like a short
2
time,
weeks.
but like
Hold on,
not
that
even
bitch-
2
that
weeks.
bitch ain't
Nah,
play me,
it
nigga.
wasn't that
Hold
short.
on.
Nah, it wasn't that short.
Nigga,
Nah.
that bitch ain't
Hold up,
play
man.
me.
But
was
like,
like
it was
2
like, a couple
2 weeks.
months, maybe a few months had went by and like,
2
she
weeks later.
started dating.
Hey, well, look, at your age, you probably felt like, bitch, you could have waited a little longer.
yeah, I was kind of like, come on now, like, well, how? Come on now.
You gotta get over me,
a few minutes, like probably like a few months later, like she ended up meeting some other dude, and then they had gotten into a relationship. They ended up getting engaged. They got twins now. It's all
God
baby. So shout out to
damn,
them,
real
fucking
quick.
right, but not like real quick like that. But like maybe I wasn't
Look
that
at
dude
Eric.
at that
That
time.
nigga
you know what
instigating.
I'm saying?
I'm like,
Real
I
quick.
feel like that.
No, bro, I'm getting
Real
no, bro. I'm like curious because I'm like, bro. So like, how long
Hey,
did
you
y'all
probably
date?
ain't doing it on purpose.
Nah,
but
it
I'm
was
just
like
telling you
kind of
what I
like
hear.
it was more like we just kind of like courted each other, I guess.
No, but how long were y'all together?
That was like
That's what I'm asking.
No, he basically said he was together, but she wasn't.
Yeah, like I mean, I wanted to like take it to that level, but then you know, she just wasn't with that. But
you know how it is.
It was for like it probably like the better part of a year, like
nice.
probably like 9 months or some
Damn,
shit like
so
that. You know,
so
nice little fling or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
shout out to her.
Damn. Well, but maybe you prepped her for like the one.
Maybe I did. I feel like maybe I did. Maybe I wasn't.
I feel like every relationship is definitely like a learning.
Right.
A
You're
stepping
right about
stone.
that.
Hey,
That's
what movie was that? When every time he slept with the woman, the next nigga she ended up marrying.
Good luck, Chuck, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck,
Wow.
Chuck. You was a good luck, Chuck.
I feel like maybe I am. Like maybe I am that dude, but then
Like,
maybe I'm not that dude because I
right.
didn't have some relationships that then went bad. Like I had this one. It's like before me and my baby mama had got together. Like I used to date this other little chick. Then we just was like I was a high school dude. We just fucked around with each other. We having sex, all that kind of shit. But like we developed a relationship. Like I could say like I had love for her. She had love for me, and like we was always with each other. And like once we stopped fucking around, like she started fucking with a dude she was working with, and like really doing me down bad, not coming and hanging out with me, all that shit. And then I find out she linking up with another dude, and then like we split up. And then come later on, Katrina happens, all that shit. She come back around, like, and we had maybe like a month to where we like was kicking it, and then like we just like what, nah, this ain't it. And she went and had a baby for like a dude, and like this nigga used to be beating her ass off. I'm talking about,
But I'm saying,
punching her
but
down.
what did that do to you? Like when she did that, like what did that do?
Oh,
to you?
that
like
kinda
how that
like-
affected you?
That
Like
kind of
like into your next relationship.
Oh,
you know
that
what I'm
made me
saying?
feel like I can't really put 100% trust in somebody because it's like, wow, like this girl, like I really like this girl and she really did me down bad. So it's like I can't really I ain't gonna allow myself to like somebody as much as I liked her. And this is me speaking at like, I think I might be like 17, 18.
Yeah, so it kind of like ruins you.
Yeah, so it kind of
kinda
fucked me up at a little age because this was like the first chick who I kind of like had, those little feelings for
your
and all of that
cinnamon
stuff.
apple. Yeah.
And then like, and then next thing you know, I had another one after that. That came and went. Then me and my kid's mom, we get together, and I was with her for a long time. Like I was 9, 10 years. Or some
But at a young age, like if you ever pictured yourself like husband and kids, and
I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
I really did. Like,
So I'm just asking that because like women see that shit, but they don't think men see that too.
Nah.
Look, I was just about to say, I'm sitting here listening to y'all just like honestly zone the fuck out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is so refreshing to hear men say this. Like, I never hear men say
because
this.
a lot of men be scared. Like, no, nigga, you can be in love with somebody.
And once
be
they
cool
fuck
with
it
that
over you,
stuff.
To hear you
like-
say that, to hear you say like, oh, now she done fucked over me. Now I don't trust nobody else. Like, I don't really hear men say that.
Nah,
Yes.
man, that stuff really.
I think that's the.
Yeah, we be
it
getting,
always
yeah,
happens.
We get fucked over too, bro.
Yeah.
We do get
I've been
fucked
cheated
And it's
on
wild.
3 different times in my
It's
life.
why we wild out. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because
exactly.
we don't want to be hurt anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying?
really
and it's always that first, like, like,
Right.
ooh, like, damn.
Yeah, but
this
that
what
one
it is.
stung.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That stung. That stung a
bro,
little
they
bit.
all
I'm so
say-
glad
hey,
I'm like
dog.
out the game
Hey,
now,
they
and I
all
haven't
say-
experienced none of this in a long time. Even though what you're talking about is old,
Right.
but I done forgot. I done suppressed that shit. I don't even fucking remember.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Nah, but I feel
I mean,
and
but-
see,
Yeah,
and
I
speaking
kinda let
about
it
that
all
stuff,
go.
and I feel like
I had
even
to.
though somebody can like openly still like go there and talk about this stuff, that doesn't like I don't look at it like how like we in the new therapy age. Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
go get therapy and shit. Like no. We all remember things. Like
Yes.
you got a memory. We
stand
sitting
out.
here right now. We having a conversation, and through conversation, you're gonna brain jog. You're gonna talk about things that you done been through and shit like that. And that to me, you could talk about something that really affected you and hurt you. I'm not gonna look at it like, oh my
Yeah, but
god, you
it's-
still feel that shit. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
wow, that's some real shit that happened in your
Right,
life.
life.
And I'm not gonna judge you because of that shit.
No.
So please stop doing that to people. Like just because somebody talks about something that they've gone through, oh my god, dude, just let it go. Because
Yes.
that right there, that's also counterproductive. If therapy is great, that's also a very counterproductive thing.
Right,
Somebody's
like
telling you
giving them
about
shit.
Let it go.
yeah,
And
giving them
it's-
shit like, oh man, come on, just let
And
that
it's
shit go.
and it's what's always been said.
Yeah,
Like
like,
throughout
that's the reason
everybody's
why men,
lives. Like, man, you all right. Like if
Yeah.
you fall your knee, like you know, for
and that's
men
why
with
men
men.
be so fucking brute the way we are nowadays.
Yes.
You know, oh man, come on, dog. You all right, bro. You a man, dog.
Yeah.
Let that shit go, man. You know, it come, you know, chicks come a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But nah, nigga, I really love this
Yeah.
girl, my
Like,
nigga.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna see fucking what's the movie? Alone Came Polly.
oh yeah,
Where
Long Came Polly. That was
you
cool.
remember the beginning of the video?
Oh yeah.
That's
That's
kind of
so
how you
imagine
feel,
that.
you know. And after that, it's just like
You marry a chick, man, and then like you go on like y'all little honeymoon, and then she's fucking the school instructor
Yes.
and shit.
so just think about your life after that, and the next female, you look at her the same way you look at your ex, like you know
gonna
what I'm
be
saying, like
all you bitches ain't shit.
Hey,
I'm not thinking no.
Hey, dude. What's that
like
movie
I'm going
with-
out this bitch.
Hey, what's that movie with Jim Carrey where his whole lady gets pregnant by the black dude?
Oh,
Got the three
yeah.
black
Myself and
Me,
Irene.
Myself and Irene. That's when
Hey,
the
bro.
DVDs first came out,
Hey, bro.
and that was like one of my
and
favorite
he was like,
movies.
like
Nigga
I
just
think he got
play
drove
that
crazy,
bitch,
bro.
like-
Like because he had
Yeah.
split personality.
Yeah, my grandmother's she's half Italian. Yeah, that's where they come.
Yeah, he was really just going along with it. Like
going along with that
Hey, you think that like drove him crazy?
Yeah.
Like just getting fucked
Hey,
over?
Charlie,
Like,
man, I know that.
Oh, that's why he snapped.
that's why-
That's why he became schizophrenic.
Because he got-
but
he
y'all
got
ever saw
he got his
fucking
heart hurt.
Secret Window
Right.
with Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what she
yeah.
did.
It's a
And he
crazy
flipped
movie.
out. Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's a
it's
crazy
just like,
movie.
man, like since I was younger, like that's something I always thought about because I always heard about a man killing himself behind a woman, but you never heard too many women killing themselves behind a man.
nah, they not
You know what
gonna
I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like so, it's just
But
like
they gonna fuck up
damn.
the life insurance market
Yes.
if they do that shit.
Yeah, so it was like that always sat because I always used to hear it, and then somebody close it happened to them behind a chick, and it's just like damn.
Yeah, man,
So
that's
for me being younger, like I've always detached myself from like that type of situation, like sort of.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it, but it was just like, oh no,
Right.
like I don't want that to happen to me. Like you mean I gotta like devalue my life for some female, so that always stuck in my
Right.
head. Like God damn,
Yeah, yeah.
like
And then niggas be
you go
brute
those
too.
lengths?
Like, we be talking that shit. Like they got dudes. Oh baby, bitch, if you leave, I'm gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill everybody.
They
And
really
it's
got
like,
them
Some of them really
Yeah.
Some of them really
just
do,
the
but then
situation you was just
and
talking
then-
about.
And then they
yeah.
got some of them that'll do that shit for dramatic effect. Like,
Yes.
oh man, I better not leave because I don't want this dude to do that. So it's like, bro, it's crazy.
No, but I can
We
say
got-
I've been in that situation, and it's like I've been like, oh, bitch, I'm gonna kill myself, and
Yeah,
really
I
been
mean,
serious about it, but then sit there and think like, what the fuck, like,
Right.
bitch, if I kill myself, I can't see this bitch no
Right,
more.
yeah,
Like,
exactly,
bitch, I won't see this bitch again.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
So that's
yeah,
why, man, self-control, self-awareness,
yes.
and all of that.
But you
stuff
gotta
is
value
important,
yourself
man.
like
Amen.
more.
Definitely
than
gotta love yourself and
yes.
value
bro.
yourself
Yes.
because I've had friends that committed suicide.
Yes.
And I don't joke about suicide, like
Yes.
like it's something to be played around with because that stuff is serious. Like, and I feel like that's something that needs to be kind of delved into a little bit more. Like, cause I think about suicide in a way of like learning how to swim. Like your first time learning how to swim, jumping in a swimming pool. Like you really gotta buck yourself up to jump in that water and like, yes, I'm about to come out alive. You really gotta buck yourself up to do that. I went skydiving one time. I really had to really big myself up in
I
a way
wouldn't be
to
able to
do
do
that.
it.
Yeah, like I
wouldn't.
had to really buck myself up to do that shit. So I look at suicide like, dude, what is it at that last moment that you just really was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm about to do this.
this.
Like, here it goes.
And
like,
I was just talking about it, bro, because when I think the baby when his brother killed
Yeah.
himself, but the message he left was, "I'm at peace with this shit." Like, so just to think, like, I'm at peace.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
that's-
get that, but like, dude, like, how can you come
get
to
that-
terms with
that.
like,
yes,
I'm really deciding my mortality right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Like I'm doing this like nobody else. I didn't get sick. It wasn't no op in the street. I didn't OD. I didn't do nothing. I said I'm tired of living life and I'm ending it all right now.
yes. Like you got a
How do
motherfucking
you-
extra.
How do you even mentally
I don't know, bro.
sit there? Like, how do you even mentally sit there? And like, I even watched the one just recently happened not too long ago when the little girl had
Yes, when
jumped out
she
the
wrote
window
the-
in Southern University and made a
Yes,
little
when she
post.
made the
It's like,
letter.
how you do that?
Yes.
Like, how do you mentally go through? Like, how do you mentally write that out? How do you mentally write a suicide note? Like, how are you in that present of mind, knowing you about to end your
Yes,
life,
sir.
that you about to leave this little bitty note to tell everybody, these are my last thoughts. I don't want such and such to blame themselves because, you know, I feel like they really love me. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like this. I didn't love myself enough. And it's like, you complaining about a whole lot of, and I mean, I hate to say complaining, but it's like you really, at the end of the day, you're saying a bunch of stuff that a lot of people go through and deal with every single day. Like, I don't feel like I'm the most attractive person in the world sometimes, but then again, I feel like I'm the shit sometimes. And it's like, sometimes I be having my days where I, you know, want to just not do anything, or I feel like I'm just not being productive, and then I feel like I'm doing something. I feel like we all have the same battle as far as finding balance, and I feel like a lot of people have to like find a balance in their life with things that, you know, make themselves happy, and knowing when to sit down and recharge and really like go and sit yourself in a corner. Don't go talk to nobody. Just go sit down in a corner and think. Thoughts are things. They are just things.
That sounds like meditation.
Yeah,
you know
like just go sit down and think about things. Like things like, it's like waves in the ocean. They flow, they crash, they get big, they get, it's like all of that. Just go sit down and think and have accountability. Don't blame nobody for none of this stuff, because
you know what it is? It's a form of like reincarnation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you
charging yourself.
Well, what you think is going to become your reality. So if you are just like,
what you put your energy into becomes your reality. Like, I can sit here and think all I want. Like, I could think about myself having $1 million, but unless I'm literally like doing what I need to do in order to get that, it's not about to just, you know, come in. I mean, it like, you could sit down and think like, okay, I want $1 million, and you can make that broad statement. You can even write that down on paper. Now, you might not go walk out your door and get $1 million like a month from now, through meditation and shit like that, and it's just gonna come on your front doorstep. But through like the work of the universe and through your overall just practice and your everything, just getting up every day doing your thing, you might make $1 million over time just based off making good business decisions, or just, you know, going a little extra hard at work and shit like that. Just or just being lucky, finding $50 here. Or you might hit for $400 on a video poker machine or some shit like that. It might just happen like that. So, you know, I look at it like, you know, like that. I'm fucking rambling.
I like that. Like, you got ADHD?
I don't know.
No, but you ever read The Alchemist?
I skimmed it. I ain't gonna say I read it. Like,
you finished it, Eric?
Yeah, I finished it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's written by what that is?
Paulo. I gotta read Apollo. Shit. I don't know. I gotta reread
it. Paulo Coelho. I think.
But it's sort of like that. Like
I gotta reread
you moving forward, and as you move,
it almost felt like The Secret.
Right.
Yeah.
But no,
as you moving forward,
one more step.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's like you got to keep going though, like, you know what I'm saying.
It's
like
funny
just
that
go
you
one
mentioned
more
The
day
Secret.
or something like that.
And it's funny you brought that book up, because it's like,
like
The Secret and the 4 Agreements and all of that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, like I have the 4 Agreements. I don't have The Secret and shit like that. And
have you seen the movie?
No, I didn't see the movie.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's a book. Like, I skimmed it because like I went through a crazy depression at one point in my life, and like I didn't know what to do. So I'm just, you know, looking on Instagram trying to find validation. You know, that's how pages like Justin LeBoy pop up. You know, it validates how you feel, and it, you know, it just gives you something cool to post and shit. But like to really like, you know, read stuff like, you know, the 4 Agreements and The Secrets, and just understand, like, you know, it's just pretty much breaking down shit that you basically already know and feel as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I ultimately don't read a lot of books, because books are written by people, and people have perspective and opinion. So that's like reading a self-help book. I'm not like, you might find some solace and you might align with some of that shit that, you know, comes from that book, and it might resonate as being true to you, but to just literally go live a book.
I literally live the book. I literally live the book. The Secret, anyway.
Yeah,
I live The Secret.
It's all about positive thinking and having like a good perspective about things. Looking at things like looking at the glass half full instead of half empty sometimes. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we still live in a practical world. Sometimes that glass is half empty, and like you got to figure out some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make that motherfucker as full as you want it. So it's all about experience, living life, and we all gonna have different results at the end of the day. all of the stock market gurus you see, everybody, Warren Buffett and everybody that played the stock market and did all that shit, all them dudes got different strategies on how they did that shit. They got the same end result, but they all got different strategies. Same thing with rappers. Your favorite rapper and my favorite rapper, they both got platinum records and all of that shit, but they both got it two different ways. Your platinum rapper probably sold out to get that money and do what he did, and my platinum rapper probably stayed the course and made that money, you know what I'm saying, his way. You know what I'm saying? It's all about perspective and how you live your life and the decisions that you make, because I feel like life and death, that lies all in the power of conscious and unconscious thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, like, say for instance, you looking for an apartment and you want to just live somewhere because it's cheap rent. All right, cool. You gonna look at the first thing that pops up. Hey, 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, $700 a month or some shit like that. Wow, that's cheap rent. I can still maintain, have a lifestyle, do what I want to do, drive how I want to drive, stunt, wear the shoes I want to wear, and have $700 rent. But you consciously know that you're going to have cheap rent, but you unconsciously not thinking about the fact that, wow, that $700 about to be in the hood. You about to be around some niggas that's about to come and take all your shit as soon as you leave the house. And it's like, you got people, it's like you plotting on having more things in your pocket and saving money, and you got niggas that's plotting on taking shit from you and possibly killing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I know dudes that's hood rich, you know what I'm saying, that's got a cool $150,000 cash money probably saved up at their mama house or some shit like that, and they stuck in the hood because they live in the hood and they the nigga in the hood because it's like they just like that. Oh, I'm getting all of the popularity, everybody coming to me for this, everybody like this and that, but you got some kid that's 13 years old up the block that's looking to come and get all that shit. And you not even thinking about him, you thinking about all the glitz and glamour. You not even thinking about him.
Damn.
He's probably in the back of your mind. You thinking that a nigga 25 about to do that shit when they got a 13-year-old kid that's probably about to be a freshman in high school in 2 more years, and then by the time he's a sophomore, he done probably ran in your shit, laid you down. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. So conscious and unconscious thinking, man, like, you got to kind of think about that type of shit, man. Like, that shit does. That's a whole nother thing. So, and I learned all of that shit just without, and that's just my whole thing, just like gaining my own perspective in life and just, talking to other people and shit like that, getting other information, but still, like, you have to experience life. Yeah. Can't nobody tell you how to do this shit. Right. It's no rules, it's no nothing.
You can't protect nobody from
all
anything.
The laws that we written under, constitutions, all that shit. That ain't stopping nobody from coming in here taking everything from us.
Nope.
Right.
That's not, like, it's paperwork at the end of the day. We are human beings run by paperwork. And it's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah, I know I said that earlier, but shit, it's crazy.
I like that.
It really is, dog.
It's crazy to me. That's my perspective, people. Don't, I might be right, it might be wrong.
Paperwork as in, like, just checking off the boxes.
Yeah, like checking off these boxes. It's like just paperwork. So, like, if you go get a job, you fill out the application to get that job and you make a mistake, guess what? That owner, that manager, whoever, guess what he gonna do? Pull out a stack of applications, sit it on his desk, and put a help wanted sign out front the door when you start fucking up. You just a piece of paper. They don't care about. No, you're not really cared about like that. That's why I work for myself.
Me too.
I feel like
so I can break free from that.
Thank you. I feel like as human beings, bro, I feel like we so far removed from that. Like, that used to be a black man's plight back in like the 90s, 80s, 70s. Like, oh man, ain't nobody giving me nothing. Ain't nobody giving me nothing. But then it's like, okay, I understand that because under, the, white supremacy and, all of that other oppression we didn't have to deal with. Yeah, I understand that. But I still feel like as a person, your lack or unlack in life should be based on you.
Yes.
Like, your power in survival you shouldn't give your survival put
to
that in the
somebody
hands
else,
of somebody else. Like,
yes.
yeah, let me go work for this person and let him give me a few dollars an hour,
and be pissed off
and
at
be
him
mad at him.
Yes.
When he feels like I'm no longer being productive no more. Like, no, you put yourself in that position. Like, dude,
especially in this day and age, because we're given the knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
it's right
thank
here.
goodness, that's what I was saying earlier. I've realized that now, but it took me till I'm in my 30s, and I'm glad I had like the work experience and stuff like that. But now it took me until my 30s to realize that true freedom and true wealth is like free time, and being able to spend your time and energy how you want it.
Yes,
right. And I'm not shitting on jobs. I promise you, like having a job
but it
builds
should be a
character.
tool.
Yeah, it should definitely be a tool though. Like having a job that gives you that you know that you're able to talk to people. You're able to like
confidence.
You learn
it gives
discipline
you
and social skills
stuff.
and
all of that. Like,
interacting with different populations of people and stuff like that, and how to read people. But
the best job I ever had was at Starbucks, and I'm gonna say that. I worked at Starbucks. I served coffee. I was a barista. I worked at the register. I did all that. That was one of my best jobs I ever had.
It sounds stressful. I would be stressed.
Why you say that?
Because I got a chance to like really meet some other people, and it's like it turns out that I was actually good at making coffee. Like I could go and be a bartender somewhere. Like you give me some vodka and some shit, I'd probably be able to give you a nice
What was your first
cocktail.
job?
Oasis Car Wash, Soft Touch on the West Bank.
Soft Touch, that's throwback.
Soft Touch, then Oasis.
On the Palco.
Wow.
Then Bag Boy at Winn-Dixie.
Okay.
I used to work at Winn-Dixie too.
And Smoothie King. Smoothie King was fun.
I never worked that.
That was fun.
I was at Labyrinth.
Yeah.
That was my first.
My first job was at McDonald's. I worked there for like 3 days. I was like, nah, like, dude, I swear. Nah, and it was crazy because, like, you know, you 16 years old. Don't get me wrong. We from
I used to want to work at Taco Bell because I fucking loved eating Taco Bell.
Yeah,
like, I swear.
and I feel like our generation is kind of like the last of the Mohicans when it comes to that people that actually wanted to get a job when we was able to work. Like, I don't think no other kids today really want to get a job.
My daughter did. I didn't even know she was trying to get a job.
Oh, no, all right. Well, that's cool.
My
she
daughter
just was like, I have a job interview, and boom, now she was at work earlier.
Dude, that's dope.
My daughter is too. It's like she go to work. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. My 14-year-old about to be 15, and I think she told me Chick-fil-A hires at 15. She says she wants that to be her first job. I'm like, oh yeah, well go ahead. That means it's cheaper on me.
And that's a good structure too. That's a good structure too.
And you get Sundays off. Come on, now. Like you can. That's
one day Sundays.
That's gravy. We can chill out. You can sleep. You can do whatever you want. Rest. Schoolwork, all that shit. So I think
but that's
cool.
why I think it's good to be open with them kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? So they can understand, you know what I'm saying? To keep them from like the suicidal shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we have to be there, you know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about earlier.
Right.
It's like putting them in a better position. Like you're not, but like they say this like the third generation, but we're here already, you know what I'm saying? So we Americanized as to not be as hungry as the immigrants that come into the country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and even those, they say by the second generation, they work a little hard, but by the third generation, that's Americanized. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they're lazy as if they were born here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
But
y'all ready to wrap it up, big dog?
Yeah, you look sleepy.
Bro, I was falling asleep, bro.
Nigga drooling on the mic and shit. But yeah, you go ahead and wrap it up.
Slim, how can people find you? How can they?
Let me get my voice together because I don't know why this shit's acting like this, but
raspy.
Yeah, super raspy. We've been talking. I just got me some water.
He look like he swallowed some helium.
Yeah, all right.
It's like, hey guys, let me get my voice together. Guys.
But on Instagram, Slim_Morrison 7300000.
Sound like you just hit puberty, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So what the fuck?
I don't know. We've been talking all night. Shit.
Yeah, but just
Hey, bro, good thing I wrapped this shit up, bro. As soon as I said rap, he was like,
that bitch just tongue kissed the balloons.
sound like you swallowed some dust. Damn, my shit's going off too, right?
Slim Morrison, 7 3 zeros and a G, 7 triple OG, and regular That's the brand.
He was,
Just like how it's spelled on the bag, Regv7ar with an underscore.
hey, you know what I thought?
You
My nigga shit fucked up.
I thought that shit said Avatar when I read it earlier. I was like, that shit looks badass.
Yeah, but it's just it's a different way it's spelled.
I love the lettering.
So
I love it, bro.
regular.
I like
love
the
it.
font.
I love it. Yes, the
I
font.
can't wait
Yes,
to wear my shit.
it's very clever.
I was gonna do it today, but look, you know me.
What time is your rap? Your gig tomorrow.
Brunch
Your gig.
time,
Yes.
12 o'clock.
Brunchy.
What's up?
Ray, what
I'm
you
trying
got?
to whisper because it's fight. Fuck my voice.
Crystal, what
That nigga got that like.
TikTok life? How can people reach you? Because I know you've been pushing content
Yes,
daily.
come see all my good content. I'm on all social media platforms. Culture of Crystal with all K's.
Get it.
Yes.
And if y'all want to buy some items from her, what's this?
This is some
gift that was given?
selenite that I brought you. It's a selenite crystal. It's like an amplifier. So it'll just amplify the energy that's
Feels
already
good.
there. Yes, puts out some positive energy and it'll recharge other crystals. So you can get some of your own at Vibe Check.
Thank you for that, Crystal.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate
You dig.
What's the thing that hung on my door?
That's a little evil eye protector. It like prevents negative energy and like haters and stuff.
Alina took it off the damn door.
I've been seeing that on a lot of
I
females.
like that. I like that.
Look, I got it on my bracelet too.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Fire.
Ray, Ray,
Damn, son. Shit.
you got the new
Go ahead, Eric.
you got the new shirt on. What's
Man. You know this was 1 or 2. You got the other one, but yeah, this was
yes.
just a
I'm wearing it
like
on
a
a
little
different
family
podcast.
thing. But yeah, that bitch cool.
Was I supposed to wear that tonight?
Nah, you
Nah,
good.
yeah,
You good. You good.
I had to wear the
Yeah,
regular.
yeah. But shout out y'all fuck with Clever Breed, you dig, regular vibe
Mattery is in the building.
and ADHD experience.
West Bank Marrero. Just
You
saying.
dig.
All of us actually, except for Metairie Boy. Thank you for coming on, Slim. I appreciate it. Ray's always bringing. This is the second guest that Ray has brought on.
My
and,
dog, yeah.
I hope they voice ain't get
I've actually feel like I've learned a lot.
talking.
I can't wait to watch this over and over, and I'm gonna learn a lot from you, dude.
Right.
I appreciate it.
You gonna see him again, you dig.
Yeah, he's coming back. We're gonna have round 2. Peace out, y'all. Thank you.